All right, everyone, here we are, and quarterfinals kick off tonight with a spicy one. We got Turnip's Tots facing up against Return of the Middlesticks, and we've seen Return of the Middlesticks play a few times on stream. They've been playing very, very well, and we're excited to have them back. But a new contender has come here with the Turnip Tots, and I'm super excited to see them. It's basically what the Gators was in LAS draft, and they are already in the finals there, so they're looking to claim a spot here in Premade as well. Mm-hmm. Definitely. So we are going to get ready for draft right here. Let's get ready and let's see what people have in store for us.
Not really a band that you see all too often. There's a band that you see very, very often, the Seraphine getting banned away there.
Definitely, especially on red side, I do think it is one of the strongest bands to get rid of. Just get rid of that champion. Pretty good in almost every way, and it is going to be a Vladimir band, not like peak late on that one. We've seen him perform incredibly well when on that champion, and we've seen him perform on other champions as well, but getting rid of that one trick is definitely a way to go, especially here, getting rid of some comfort picks. Followed up by a Hecarim ban. NA loves its B1 Hecarim, and getting rid of that does allow for some breathing room from the side of Return of the Middlesticks.
Yeah, and luckily for the side of Return of the Middlesticks there, it's potentially three champions, Tristana as well, being one of Giggle's better AD carries there. Luckily for Return of the Middlesticks, it is going to be three bans. They are going to go for the set here instead, which is going to leave the Tristana open for the first pick if they want it. And yeah, there it is. Tristana is a very, very strong AD carry in the current meta right now, kind of replacing the dominance of the Kai'Sa. We still see Kai'Sa quite a lot though, in a lot of games. Just Tristana is the picker ban champion here. I'm actually kind of interested just to know why the set was prioritized as a ban over to Tristana here.
So they are going to look to lock in that Thresh here. Just a couple more seconds left until they pick that one up. But maybe it's because they've seen Banana Bread or Orenji on that set and probably wreak some havoc. Maybe some solo queue, homework being done here. But the Thresh pick is a smart one. It does have multiple ways to stop that Tristana from jumping away, and overall allows for some safety, especially with the new Guardian setup that a lot of Thresh mains have been picking up on recently.
I personally enjoy the Aftershock unless it is a double ranged bot lane, then I will go the Guardian. It's pretty situational right now, it's just the Tristana. No, Aftershock should be fine for the Thresh here. I'm interested to see what they pair it up with though. There's a lot of picks that you can pick into the Tristana that pair up very well with Thresh. Thresh is one of those support champions that just kind of mesh with everything, and it is going to be a Volibear pick. This is a very interesting pick because very recently in this patch actually, the Volibear was buffed, so that way he's better suited for the jungle again, and his top lane is still a major threat. There's been a build creeping around on the Volibear where you go Blade of the Ruin King first into Stridebreaker, and it is very hard to deal with the Volibear attacking that fast with lifesteal that early.
Definitely. The Volibear is just a solid pickup now. He's good in top lane as a blind pick, and is functional as a jungler because of those buffs that you did mention. And overall, he does have a decent clear speed, even with the nerfs that did hit before. There were just other junglers that were a lot better, but with those junglers falling out of priority, like Hecarim getting nerfed a couple times, he can get nerfed next patch, but the Olaf and Gnar is going to be the response here. Just a strong overall jungler in that Olaf, multiple ways to build him, but that Gnar is probably one of the safest blind picks, and is relatively decent into the Volibear, because it is that range versus melee matchup.
Yeah, the Gnar does have a bit of a harder time running from the Volibear if he does not have the jump. The slow will help out a little bit, but remember Volibear gets bonus movement speed when he's moving towards an enemy champion, so needs to watch out for the all-in. This is going to pretty much ensure that it is going to be a jungle Volibear, because the top lane Mordekaiser gets locked in into the Gnar.
Yep. So that Mordekaiser pick just nullifies a lot of what that Gnar is able to do in those team fights, just making sure he's not allowed to press that ultimate button. But it is still range versus melee, so it is going to be up to peak late to make sure it doesn't fall too far behind early, because a Gnar with a lead is a very, very scary thing to worry about. But as we do get into these bans, it is going to be a Diana taken away from Chaos, and the Yasuo in response. No on that one.
Yeah, both of these champions are champions that both mid laners are known for, so we're not going to get some melee to melee matchup here unless there's something very, very interesting going on with these teams. Turn of Tots needs to be careful about locking in something melee that's not an Echo or a Galio or something like that, because they lock in another 80 champion. It's going to be very easy for Return of the Millsticks to itemize against it, and there's going to be the Victor ban. Victor is a solid pick. He's fallen off a little bit in priority since the beginning of the season. However, one of those champions that is going to be an overall good pick throughout all stages of the game, especially the late game where he's really, really scary. But not going to deal with that. Go ahead and ban that away, and it's going to look like the more Misfortune going to be banned away from... Yeah, so no Misfortune Thresh. There are better options with the Thresh pick here, and safer options. You can go with the Ezreal if you just want a safe scaling lane. There's the Aphelios. Aphelios Thresh is a very, very strong lane and can be very dominant. I do not think they pick their support here, though. With the... they can blind their mid laner. There's a lot of safe blind mid laners, such as Orianna, that are still open here, and perhaps save the...
So
it's going to be the Xayah, actually. Xayah Thresh is a very strong combo. One of those combos that you need to be a little bit wary of, because if you get hooked, it's very easy for Xayah to throw out 3 feathers and snare you for a lot of damage.
Just keep you in place and wail on you. She does get a lot of attack speed from that W, and outputs a lot of damage with those feathers. So overall, a pretty decent AD carry right now, relatively short ranged, but also has that added safety of that ultimate just becoming completely unturnable. It's going to be a Lulu helping out the Tristana down in the bot lane, however, so it is going to be that double ranged bot lane.
Yeah, Lulu isn't one of those champions that you need to run Guardian against. She doesn't really have a lot of damage in her kit per se. Her Q poke is obnoxious, but it's not really going to do all that much, and that is a much more interesting pick. The Nico for the mid lane. This actually is going to split the Mordekaiser's attention, because if he ults out the Gnar, so he can't get the Mega Gnar ultimate off, it does leave the Nico open for a game-changing ultimate. However, a few days ago we did see the Nico get picked out, and the Nico did not do very well, not able to hit those ultimates very well. It is quite difficult to get those ultimates unless you are flanking and the enemy team doesn't know you're coming.
Definitely. That Nico does require a lot of vision control in their favor to help them out here, so it is going to be that Ahri pickup. Once again, a champion that I consider a jack of all trades, master of none, but if it does get ahead, it can become very, very strong.
Yeah, and Turntots needs to be very careful with this Ahri pick, because Ahri is a direct counter to a lot of these champions. The Tristana can't get away from the Ahri if Ahri has Spirit Rush up. Nico is going to have a hard time post 6 because she can just get away from the ultimate and all of her poking abilities. Really, the Ahri needs to make sure that the Lulu's polymorph is burned, and it will allow her to actually have free range. Return of the Millsticks have actually built a very, very solid composition that can both skirmish and team fight at a moment's notice. Turntots is all about the team fight there. They're all about making the Tristana can put out maximum damage and protect the Tristana as long as possible.
Definitely. And that Tristana is going to be where a lot of that damage is coming from. The Nico damage is strong in the early game, but definitely does fall off, unlike Tristana. But there's 2 hyperscaling AD carries on both sides. It's going to be that Xayah for Return of the Middlesticks, and it's going to be that Tristana. But overall, both of these AD carries are going to be these X factors in this game, and it's going to be on some of these mid laners just make some engages happen. The Nico ultimates, the Gnar ultimates are very important, but also those charms. If that Tristana gets caught out, even during jump, that jump is cancelled instantly by a charm.
It's cancelled instantly by a charm, it's cancelled instantly by the Mordekaiser pool, it's cancelled instantly by the Volibear stun, by the Xayah Feather Pool, by the Thresh Hook, or Flay. All 5 of these champions have ways of stopping the Tristana from getting away, and the great thing about Xayah is Turntots have built a composition that wants to run at you, and Xayah loves it when you run at her because that means she can just pull every single one of those feathers that she's been kiting with back onto you and deal a loads amount of damage.
She is one of the champions that loves disengage. She loves kiting backwards. Because of all that setup, she's allowed to get off free. She's able to place down the feathers, like you said, and the Turnip Tots have drafted a run at you comp. They have the Justana who wants to jump in, they have the Olaf who wants to run at you. They have a Gnar who wants to look for those engages by going into your team, and a Nico that also wants to jump into your team. So a lot of ways in for the Turnip Tots, and we'll just see if Return of the Middlesticks are up to the kiting. This is a kiting game right now, from what we've seen both teams draft.
Yeah, they're all about the run at you and get in on your face. The problem is they don't have any way to really get out. Once they hard engage, full-on engage into a fight, the fight is started. They're not going to be able to pull up very easily. Their disengage is not that great, besides using the Tristana ultimate and maybe a zoning Nico ultimate. The Olaf really is the only one that can maybe peel away if it gets too dire for him because of the Ragnarok, but ROTM is very much in control, or can very much control the tempo of a fight with the champions that they pick.
Definitely. And overall, I just think both comps have a key identity that they're looking for. They have methods to play through. They've drafted overall solid comps. Nothing really to complain about here on my end.
Yeah, both teams they're not bringing anything that's super unique out of the champions that they picked. There's no role swaps that I've been subject to the past 2 days, or champions in roles where they don't belong. So yeah, it is going to be a little bit. It's going to be a very, very good game. Either one of these teams could get off to an early lead and snowball to a very quick victory, or this game could become a 45-minute slugfest.
I do believe, though, that the Turnip Tots have a better snowballing comp. Xayah does get going when she gets items, but she's definitely a lot more useful on 3 than she is on 1 or 2. The Justana's going to output a lot at 1 and 2, and just keep scaling to the late game, although she does not scale nearly as well as Xayah, teamfight-wise, but damage-wise, I think she's definitely going to win out in duels.
Yeah, damage-wise, the Tristana is, in a 1v1 matchup, the Tristana can instantly blow up a Xayah, unless the Xayah is smart with how they play, because it's very easy for Tristana to jump in and blow all of the damage, but if Xayah manages to avoid the bomb explosion with the ultimate, it could turn the fight very, very quickly, and once that damage from Tristana is gone, she just loses that fight in a 1v1.
Xayah definitely has that damage output with the feather autos, with that, just with feathers flying all over the place. That's where her damage mostly comes from. They also do scale with crit. So as this game goes later and later, that Xayah is going to be that X factor for Return of the Middlesticks. But that Mordekaiser is going to try and help out, take away the key ultimates from that Nico, from that Gnar, just make sure they're not able to make those big plays. And the Volibear is going to try and facilitate that as well, help out in the mid lane, just run around overall and just be a nuisance. But the same thing with that Olaf here. Both junglers are looking to scale relatively well as tanks, more so than actual damage dealers.
Yeah, the Volibear, he can build damage, though I doubt he is going to. There is a lack of tank because Mordekaiser is a drain tank. He can frontline just as well. The Thresh takes time to actually become tanky. Remember, part of his passive is he does not get passively gain armor. He has to get that from the Thresh stack, the souls that he gets from his passive. So it takes a little bit of time for the Thresh to be tanky enough to frontline. So it has to rely entirely on this Mordekaiser and Volibear until the Thresh is able to get enough souls and items to be able to frontline properly. And that's another thing too. Both sides have ways of engaging very, very easily. And Ari Charm landing on the right opponent could just end the fight very quickly. If it lands on Tristana, I do expect Tristana to go cleanse this game just because of the amount of CC that's out on the side of ROTM.
lot of it is cleansable, other than the Thresh and the Mordekaiser. They can cleanse that Ari Charm, they can cleanse that Volibear stun, and the Xayah root. Just a lot to worry about, or a lot to deal with that cleanse. So it's a definite
they can cleanse the Death Sentence as well.
Oh, right. But they cannot cleanse the Flay, right?
No, the Flay is a knock-up, so...
So there are multiple ways for Tristana to play it out. I would expect a QSS as well, just because Mordekaiser is very, very strong in that death drop, taking away some of those stats. And I just think it's going to be on Piccoli to not die as much, because the Gnar is very strong, but I do think Mordekaiser is one of those champions that does outscale it. It just needs time.
Yeah, they do need to be very, very careful, especially the Mordekaiser. The Gnar is a difficult matchup for the Mordekaiser in the early game, unless the Mordekaiser gets a lot of help from the Volibear. I do believe Mordekaiser Volibear will win the 2v2 against Gnar Olaf, just because the buffs to Volibear's, especially his Stormcaller ability, I can't remember its exact name, is now a flat 750 damage instead of a scaling stat, and you combine that with the amount of damage coming from the Mordekaiser passive and his abilities, there's just too much damage, especially if the Gnar's in Mega form, to actually get away from, and Olaf is not going to be strong enough to fight both of them by himself.
He may be tanky, but when two meatballs are running at you with a lot of damage, it's kind of hard to deal with that, even as an Olaf.
Yeah, I definitely agree, as we are coming down into this spectator delay here, so I do believe we're going to go into a short break as the game loads up here.
Definitely. But overall, real quick, who do you give the draft edge over to? Before we do go into
I give it to the team that is able to control the team fight more, instead of the team that's going to run at you, so I do give it to ROTM.
So we are going to go for a quick break here. Hopefully you all will stay with us as we do get into this game number 1. So we'll be right back, and we'll see what both teams have in store for us. And it's going to be a spicy one, so we'll be right back.
I saw you smile from across the bar. Yeah, she was pretty and so close but so far. She flipped her hair and I thought this can't be true. How does a man like me get someone like you? And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies. Just like that, you're coming closer to me. Come shake me, grab me, so I wake up from this dream. I can't breathe, come at me, I don't know if I can speak. Then she said, come with me and let's be free. The night is young and I think this could go far. The sky is dark but you're my shooting star. Could see your face reflect upon the moon. It was a pretty summer night in June. And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies. Just like that, you're coming closer to me. Come shake me, grab me, so I wake up from this dream. I can't breathe, come at me, I don't know if I can speak.
Welcome back, everyone. Here we are back to live, and we have two teams looking to take home a quarterfinal victory here in the Turnip Tots and ROTM. Return of the Millsticks looking to claim up a spot in the top 4, but both teams are fighting here, and the Turnip Tots are on a hot streak, but ROTM is not a slouch in themselves. But we do see some shenanigans happening. Giggle, you gotta get out of there. He's able to run around and place that ward, so they do see that. So the shenanigans not really going to pan out for ROTM. But if Banana steps up a little too far, he could be the one paying.
They do manage to get out of there, as there is going to be a small invade on the top side to get the top warded here. Though they do need to be... Ooh, this is actually pretty interesting. They're sending 3 people here to maybe cheese.
This could be something. This could be something here. It's a double root from Chaos, and they are taking a lot of damage. Peakley getting very, very low. Forced to flash over the wall. Oath is also following, but Turnips is going to flash over as well. And this might be the end of Peakley. He does have that undertone. It is going to land, so that Axe is going to claim the first kill, and Turnips already claiming first blood for himself.
Alright, that was very unfortunate for Peakley. It is going to put him a little bit behind. Fortunately, it does burn Turnip's flash. It does burn the Mordekaisers and the TP as well. So it is going to be very difficult. It's going to be very easy for return ganks, and if he gets ganked again and dies, he could just end up losing the lane entirely here. But I don't think Olaf is going to go up there again without doing a clear. So
that's most likely what's going to be the case here, that Olaf is not really trying to do all that much after that first kill. It is a decent amount of damage happening on the bot side, though. Beefball's already taken half HP. And that bomb is just doing a lot of damage already.
Yeah, Tristana not one of those champions that are, sides on,
Yep, I got it. There we go.
The level 1 from Tristana is very, very strong because of that bomb, so... without the death sentence, or the, what is it called?
The flay or the lantern, or what are we looking at?
The blade collar. The blade
collar.
Ah,
yeah, blade collar. You definitely need that as the Xayah before you actually start doing anything. Unless you have a Rakan with you. And the W is very, very nice to have.
Yeah, it's very, very easy for that to work out for you. That Lulu just barely dodging out of the thresh hook there could have been very, very bad.
Playing life on the edge. Definitely in that bot lane here. Everyone is trading very, very well, but it seems as though the slight edge has gone over to the Turnip Tots here in this bot lane. Default is very, very low. Still hasn't popped the pot, however.
Yeah, he doesn't... he's at a high enough health where he doesn't exactly need it all that much. As Meganar does miss the stun there, so not going to get anything onto the Mordekaiser.
You see Shadeslayer coming in for a gank here, and Banana Bread might be caught out in no man's land. He's going to be stunned up, and the shield is not going to land. He is very, very low, however, and it is going to be the Flash Force. Turnips is coming, and it's a flash from Shadeslayer claiming that kill onto the Lulu, and Turnips is going to be taken down as well. Beefault's claiming that one.
Yeah, the Olaf doesn't have flash because he chased over the wall for the Mordekaiser, ends up biting him there. The Lulu also burning the flash. It is going to cost the flash of the Volibear and the Thresh, though. So, but still 2 kills over to the side of ROTM is going to have their bot lane feeling pretty good, and so is the Volibear.
Getting that kill is definitely helpful here because he was put behind because of that early invade. But now he's just going to be able to farm up, get a little bit stronger, and he's very happy munching on some jungle creeps.
Yeah, it's, I want to bring a little bit of attention to the top lane here. It's actually a little bit surprising that the CS is so close. However...
Eklay is getting ganked here. Turnips has shown up once again. He has no flash, and there's just a dead Mordekaiser, and Turnips claiming another one. His second kill onto the same guy. But a return gank is looking to happen here. It is warded up, though, in that line brush. Shadeslayer is nearby. Matsuro is going to look for something. Jump is already going to be burned. But Matsuro has no flash, so there's not going to be much happening there.
Yeah, so he's just going to go ahead and go back. He is going to reset on a ward. He might get stopped there. Peakley might lose a plating here in the top side. And that CS that I was talking about is starting to extend a little bit. But there is a pretty sizable CS lead in the bot side for the side
Ooh,
of
Matsuro
ROTM.
barely missing that hook onto Banana Bread. That could have been very, very dangerous. But surprisingly, the Justana is slightly behind. Even catching this gigantic wave.
Yeah, they are going to reset here. Giggle needs to be...
Uh-oh. Oh! The auto is not actually going to stop that recall. It was very, very close to doing so. That could have been a very, very dead Zaya.
Yeah, probably a little bit scared of the bait recall with Thresh being in the bush. If Thresh had canceled his recall, it could have been very, very bad for Giggle.
The cannon.
I know.
Ah! Banana Bread just grabbing those stacks there with the Spell Thief's Edge, claiming a couple of gold because, you know, Giggle was unfortunately not able to get the cannon and is one CS behind, but they are going to be coming back on basically even terms. But there was a kill earlier because of Olaf running down there in the bot lane. But Shadeslayer's up in the top side, and Orange's going to look to maybe make a play here. He does not have Mega, but he is trying to charge it. Piklay is very, very low already, and this gank is not going to work out.
Yeah, perhaps waiting for the jump to be burned there could have ended in a kill there, or if the Mordekaiser had 6, which he did not.
Oh, the
it
R is
was
going to use that
level
Spirit
5.
Dash forward, is going to land the Charm too, and the Ignite is going to fall down. Chaos is very, very low. Going to Flash, still going to fall, but Flash from Turnips once again. And I don't think that was very necessary, but Orenchi's going to slam that Olaf into the wall. Piklay is going to get solo killed once again. Piklay 0 and 3 already. Oh, the hook gonna land onto Banana Bread, and he's played backwards very, very low. Heal is burned as well. Polymorph is gonna land a lot of damage onto B-Pots. He's gonna look for something. Giggle is gonna jump forward, flash forward as well. The Lantern shield is gonna save him, and he's gonna be forced to run away. Turnips is in his back pocket, however, and the Flash is gonna claim that with the Death Sentence, and Shadeslayer is very nearby as well. The Ragnarok is available if he is gonna be hooked up. They are gonna look to try and take this Olaf down, but he's gonna be able to run away.
Yeah, that was a bit of a great play from Giggle there, not realizing just how big that minion wave was that he was jumping into, and the Thresh Lantern actually saving the auto.
This could be a solo kill up in the top lane. Orenchi is very, very strong, but he has not base, so he does not have that item advantage, and he's just going to get solo killed here if he's not careful. Flash is available to Piklay. Flash is up. Is he going to look for the play? He's going to flash forward. Flash Obliterate going to claim that one, and Piklay is just back in this game now.
Yeah, that is a really good amount of gold that he is going to get there. As Zeus is going to take a little bit of damage there, as people are posturing around this ocean we have here. Gonna be interested to see what it's going to be for the soul.
Shadeslayer looking for a kill onto the Olaf, and he is in a bad spot here. Not going to be hooked up because of the Ragnarok. He's still unstoppable, but he is very, very low. He's going to be taken down, and it's going to be Shadeslayer taking that one with the Maul. But Matsuro is looking for something. He just almost has that Death Sentence available. Here comes Shadeslayer looking to claim up Banana Bread. He's going to be stunned up, and he's stuck in between a rock and a hard place. And he's going to follow. Yeah. He's going to try some alcove gaming, but everyone is here. It's a 4-man, and it's going to be a dead Banana Bread who's going to take it. It is going to be claiming that his second kill of the game.
Yeah, and this is actually really, really bad for the side of Turnip Tots. They need to be, I said this in the before the game started, they need to be very careful about this early game because the snowballing potential for both of these teams is very, very strong. And now you have the Volley Bear on 2 kills, you have 2 kills on the Ahri. Unfortunately, you have 2 kills on the Thresh, but the Zaya has been there for multiple of those kills, so she isn't completely useless as far as the kills go. And they do go ahead and pick up this first dragon here. It is going to be a Cloud Drake next, which I do believe is...
It is going to be the Flash Flay from Matsuro. Not going to land, unfortunately. The jump is enough to keep himself alive. One thing to note, that Ocean Drake is going to be very, very helpful for Piklay up in this top side because he's constantly getting poked down here, not having a fun one up in the top lane.
Yeah, it is going to feel very, very nice. You can already see the regen is a little bit better. He does go for
Poke gonna land onto Banana Bread. He does have the flash up. Box is gonna be used, and the Buster Shot gonna keep B-Pots away. It is gonna be Thresh claiming up another kill. Does not have that Death Sentence available to him. Orenji is also looking for something on the top side. Piklay doing some decent damage to him.
Yeah, it's really, really unfortunate that Thresh keeps getting these kills. Banana doing a very good job of making sure that it is Matsuro getting these kills, as Tristana needs to be a little bit careful. The dive is a very
Definitely.
potent thing from these two champions. The box is down, but Zaya's ultimate is still up.
And she also has no Buster Shot to peel herself away. She only has the Rocket Jump available for her. And it is just going to be a play claimed up here for them down in that bot lane. Matsuro taking that one. And Matsuro was very, very strong. Landed some amazing hooks. As you've seen, he's finding these angles. Sure, in level 1 he wasn't able to find anything, but now he's just popping them left, right, and center.
Yeah, and looks like there might be a little bit of a cheese here from the side of ROTM. Lulu will probably go for the
Look for the ward.
Look for the ward there, but it looks like they're actually going to reset despite Lulu just getting back to lane.
She is 0-4, unfortunately, not having a great one. Not having a great showing here, unfortunately, today. But it is going to be that Rift Herald, and it's all the tower on top side has already been taken down to 2 plates, so that's just a free first turret. And they're going to look for that second charge here. Peakley cannot do anything to stop that from happening.
Yeah, he would have to get behind it, but he is not going to. It is going to get his charge off.
Oath is nearby. The charm
here.
is going to land. Ragnarok could be used. It's not going to be used by turnips. They're just going to walk away from each other.
Yeah, I don't think it was going to be fully necessary for the Ragnarok to be burned there. There was just the Ahri. They didn't need to. Or if he had burned the Ragnarok there, that would have been more of a respect play than anything, not knowing exactly what else is going on in the jungle. And we see Matsuro is on the top side, so it is going to leave Xayah a little bit defenseless down here in the bot. This is the chance for Giggle to try and even this lane up a little bit, because at this moment, it is a Gale Force completed from the Xayah versus just the Noon Quiver and a Pickaxe.
Definitely not where you want to see this Tristana during this stage of the game. She is very behind the curve, unfortunately.
Yeah, Tristana is getting picked on quite a little bit as the dragon is spawning in 1 minute and 50 seconds here.
Banana Bread gonna be able to dodge that one with Fancy Feet. But Oath is here on the bottom side. It is gonna be a teleport coming through from the Nico. They are looking for something, but it's also gonna be a respect TP play from Mordekaiser. There is a 5-stack down in the bot side. It's 5 stacks from everyone. Everyone is here. Everyone has shown up. Is this a Nintendo game? They're all just gonna walk away from each other.
Yeah, it is going to be burn TPs from both the laners, where Oath doesn't have a TP, so it is a net win for ROTM here.
That hook almost landing on Banana Bread. Once again, he's walking up very, very far, but here comes everyone once again. Chase Slayer looking for a play. He's going to flash forward. The Buster Shot going to keep him alive for now. Here comes the Wisdom. Oh, they're looking for something. Oath is charmed up, or Banana Bread's charmed up, gonna fall down, and the box is burned once again, and the root landing on the B-box, forced to burn that feather storm. The ultimate coming through from Mordekaiser. The Narbar is almost fully charged. Here he comes. He's gonna look for a player wrench. He looking for something stunned up, wall up under the tower, and forced to flash from Peakley, but it's gonna be a hook onto the Nico, and she's gonna get blown up. It's not even gonna charge. And she's just going to fall under her own tower, and Chase Slayer going a little too far forward. Flash forward from Beepause is able to claim up a kill, but he is very, very low. Olaf claiming that one. Ragnarok to her death, and Peakley is stuck in no man's land as well, and he's going to fall. Oranji flashing respectfully.
Yeah, Ahri is hanging around just a little bit longer, maybe trying to get something here. It does end up being a net win for the side of Turnip Tots there. They do get ahead in the gold lead just ever so slightly, getting quite a few shutdowns there. But most importantly, for the side of ROTM there, the Xayah gets 3 kills in that engagement. She went from 1-0-6 to 4-1-6. That is very, very important. She just ends up buying tier 2 boots right off straight up, and she also gets 2 longswords as well. Meanwhile, the Tristana is still struggling to get gold, still hasn't gotten that fully completed item yet. The Stride Breaker is completed for the Gnar, but he has no TP, so he's staying down here. Ahri is coming, but she is going to be late to the party. This could be a 4v5 if engaged on now. Ragnarok is still down here, and so is the Buster Shot.
Banana Bread. He's going to look for something. Lantern is thrown. Peakley is nearby, but unfortunately Peakley doesn't really do very much in these fights. Narbar is almost charged. He's charging it up on that red buff. They're going to look to use it here. The ultimate is almost available, but Banana Bread getting hooked up once again. Nothing going to come of that one, but that is very, very dangerous.
They see where the Narbar is, and it looks like they're going to just let the dragon reset here, because the Narbar during all of this time, there is a lot being missed in the top side of the map. XP is being shared between the mid and the top laner, as that's pretty good. Oblivion or the Q,
Yep.
the Q from Mari. I can't remember its name.
I think it is the Orb of Deception, I'm pretty sure.
Orbit
Might be
Deception.
wrong.
Thank you.
But they are looking for something here. The Gnar bar is going to be expended just now, so they are going to be able to claim this Ocean Drake because the Gnar is so very, very strong.
Yeah, they are going to take this dragon here. It is just a Cloud Drake, so it is not.
Oh, they're looking for a play here. Giggle's going to jump forward, flash away, and the double Buster Shot going to land, double Root as well, and here comes the Nico. Landed a beautiful plop, awesome, but it's going to be Peepods looking to claim another kill on that backside, and it is the Olaf being very, very strong board drinker and underneath that tower claiming that kill on the Zaya. It is going to be the Gnar picking that one up, however.
Yeah, at least there was a trade kill for the side of ROTM there, but they just didn't respect the location. All 5 members were down here on this bot side of the map, and they see the dragon go down. They should have respected that and backed off a lot sooner once the dragon went down.
So it is going to be a free Rift Herald for them, but plates are unfortunately down, so they aren't going to be able to get much out of that. They have to look for a teamfight win before using that Rift Herald now.
Yeah, and Mordekaiser is going to get quite a bit here in this top side of the map, and it looks like they are going to get the second Rift Herald for the side of ROTM here. The gold actually was about 1,000 gold in the lead for the side of Turnip Tots, but after that dive, the gold actually narrowed a little bit.
So it was Chaos falling down in that mid lane, or falling down in that bot lane dive. The mid laner fell there. And Beepots was able to claim one for himself. So Beepots is 5-2-6 now, very, very strong. And this Zaya is definitely the point of contention here. She is very, very fed.
And the Rift Herald not getting the charge off on that first tower means it is going to get it on the second tower here. Tristana is by herself in the bot lane, trying to get this turret, but all 4 members are rotating down for her right now.
She is going to be able to run away. The Thresh does have the Moby. She's going to burn that rocket jump very, very early, trying to hide in this minion wave. But this could just be a dive here. She's going to look to Buster Shot away, but the Charm forward is going to mean a lot, and Giggle Queen is going to fall down, and it's going to be Oath claiming that one. Heal burned as well.
Yeah, Tristana a little bit greedy. She does get the turret there, but because she dies there, now the side of ROTM just get both the tier 1 mid and the tier 1 bot lane for free, along with the kill there. So that is definitely something ROTM is going to be happy with, as this gold is now completely even. 30.4k for both teams.
I think that Tristana should have started pathing towards the enemy tier 2 instead of pathing towards her own tower, because she knew they were all coming from the mid lane, from her side. So she should have started trying to make her way over and execute from that tier 2.
Yeah, I mean, there was very little chance of her getting out of that. Maybe if she held the... She still had her rocket jump, and she also held on to the flash as well.
Flash was not up during that.
Flash was not up.
It was not up. It was barely not up. She died just as it came up.
Unfortunate.
So
I don't think the flash, with how early the Buster Shot was burned, I don't think the flash would have saved her, though.
I think she needs to path towards that tier 2. That's the only way she lives. And it's still a risky shot as well.
Yeah. There is no neutrals right now, so there is going to be a little bit of a lull in the game, as teams are just going to be pushing out waves. Mordekaiser is actually going to really enjoy where this wave is, because the tier 1 is still up for the Turnip in his lane. It allows him to basically just catch waves that just constantly come up to him. But we do see a potential dive here on the top side. It is going to be the Olaf wrapping all the way around, possibly. Mordekaiser, he's pushed up a little bit too much.
Oh, here comes Turnips looking for something. There goes the Death's Grasp, but he is going to be ulting the unstoppable Olaf. The Ragnarok is enough to keep him alive. And Arenji is going to claim that one, but Gigglequeef is very, very stuck in a bad spot, is going to be able to dodge out on the Death Sentence and stay alive.
Yeah, they do need to start backing out here. There is a TP coming in.
Here it comes. Here comes the Nico. Chaos is looking for a play here. Oath is nearby as well. And this is going to be a 4v4 here. The root's going to land on Matsuro, but it's going to be hooked up. Here comes the pop loss. This is going to land. It's going to land on 2. But Chancellor is going to be slain on the backside. But here comes Oath looking for something. Polly, though, on the front side of that as well. And Giggle Thief is looking for a play. Oath is going to fall. Turnip's claiming that one. He is very, very strong. The feather's actually not going to land onto the Olaf. And this is just going to be a team fight win for the Turnip Tots.
Yeah, that was it's very unfortunate how that fight panned out there. A lot of flashes burned, and it ends up being the Turnip Tots, even though the Olaf does not have the Ragnarok there, ends up getting the victory because of the TP from the Gnar as he's about to enter Mega Form.
So what ended up happening there is none of the feathers actually landed on Turnips. He was able to dodge out of every single one of them. He was definitely in lethal range. But because of the positioning of him, he was able to dodge out of everything and claim that kill down on that Xayah. And that was very important there, because if Xayah lives, she's able to turn the fight.
Yeah, and the Thresh also missed his hook there too. If the hook lands, there is a chance that either the Xayah can get away or turn it. But with how strong the Olaf is, the Sterix was popped in the middle of that. So it would have been very, very difficult to actually kill the Olaf. So possibly just getting B-Pots away from the Olaf might have been the play there. Though the Undertow was still up, so he could have thrown it and possibly still killed her anyways. It was a bad situation to be in if those feathers didn't land and the Thresh Hook also didn't land.
Definitely, the key abilities that needed to land, unfortunately, were not able to. But it was still looking like a teamfight win for the Turnip Tots either way because of that excellent polymorph from Banana Bread. Able to make sure that charm was not able to land because Oath had it queued up and it was not able to actually go off until way later in the fight.
Yeah, and you see we're starting to, the Mordekaiser is now going to match the Nico. I do like this adaptation. The Arya is very, very strong and can deal with
Orange's stuck in a bad spot. Gonna be charged up and the hook is gonna land. The jump is not gonna be enough. And it's gonna be a shutdown for Matsuro, able to claim that one. And that is where you want those kills. He is 7-3-8 already at 2 items following that Olaf.
Yeah, and you saw the other team rotating up there, but there was just nothing he could do. He was so close to his Narvar, perhaps possibly tried to turn it. Unfortunately,
flash forward, and it's not going to land because of the rocket jump. So Matsuro, unfortunately, not able to find that one.
Yeah, maybe if he angled it for where he thought the jump was going to go, it's possible it could have caught it mid-air. But still, flash burned for the rocket jump is going to be a win in Giggle's Giggle's book.
He's definitely happy about that trade. I would be too. So it is going to be them posturing up in that top side, maybe looking for a potential Baron, but everyone is rotating up towards that top side now, so they are just going to back away from that and head for that top tier 1, potentially.
And with everybody rotating up here, look how much time it's been giving Peakley to just farm. He's now ahead in CS over the Gnar, and he's just going to keep pushing. He might be able to just get this tower. There is nobody to respond to him, and they're just going to disengage here on the top side of the map. They don't need to fight, because Peakley is just going to keep pushing.
He also has the teleport available to him. Maybe look for something. Charm is going to go wide, not going to land onto Turnips. And it is just going to be a lot of gold going towards Peakley, because he's able to claim up a bunch of minions and do some decent tower damage. And no one is there to stop him. Oh, but Turnips is nearby. He's going to look for something. It's actually Chaos. It is going to land that root, and the W is going to come forward, and Zigiglequeef is in the area. They are going to look for a play here. The rocket jump is available, but they do not want to contest that Mordekaiser with the Death Realm available.
Yeah, because Chaos isn't very strong right now. If the Mordekaiser manages to get the Death Realm onto the Nico, it could be very, very bad, as Orenji might just get caught again.
He's getting caught out here by Shadeslayer. A lot of damage is already going down, but going to jump over the wall and stay alive, trying to kite backwards towards the enemy towers. But this is just going to be another collapse, and Orenji is caught in a bad spot. Peakley is also coming. He just paced, and he's looking for revenge for that laning phase. He is going to be able to go Mega, and he's going to Gnar into the wall, but he's just going to be pulled back, and Peakley claiming that one, and he is very happy about that one.
Yeah, and You're starting to see the issues with the turnip tots now. The control that the Rotom has over these rotations, because of how quick their champions can get across the map. That's another thing. The Ari, the Zaya, the Thresh with the Lantern all can get places very, very fast. As you see, the jungle and the mid laner are going to reset here with 40 seconds left until the dragon. Orange should be up for it, but he needs to be able to get that Nardbar up. He might not have enough time to have his Nardbar up in time for the dragon fight.
Definitely, and the Narbar is going to be very, very important here, because this is going to be Soul Point if they are able to get it. But they might just look to trade an objective here, maybe look for the Baron potentially in exchange. But there is some vision already placed down there, so they're not going to be able to get away with that one for free. But they are going to actually start it up here. Look to force all of Rotom to come up towards that top side and contest it, because no one is nearby. They do have teleports available, though. But it is going to be that Shade Slayer down on the bot side. He is running. He is in that mid lane, but it's very, very close already. It's very, very low. 3k left on the Baron. Hook lands onto a wrench. He's going to jump away, but it is going to be a 3-man Pop Blossom. And Pikley is looking to try and kill Banana Bread, but he's not able to do it. He's not strong enough. Gale Force away is going to keep Beepos alive. Heal and flash in the wrong direction. Beepos is going to fall on the backside of that one. Oath is looking for a play. Orange is very, very low. Flash forward is going to land and going to kill Gigglepeep up on that top side. Oath is very below. Banana Bread going to claim that one with the Pixie Auto. And Pikley is stuck in no man's land, but Olaf is going to fall as well. And it's going to be a teamfight win for Rotom. Chaos is still alive, however, she is not very, very strong.
Yeah, and that's what I was worried about with the them just allowing Pikley to just kind of perma-farm this entire game. And now you saw he was strong enough to pretty much 4v5. The Olaf getting onto B-Pots was, yes, it's bad for B-Pots there, but you saw Pikley just literally stand in the middle of Renji, Chaos, Giggle, and Banana trying to fight, and he was winning.
He was just eating everything that was being tossed at him. And I think that is also partly to do with the Nico being so underfed. She's just not able to output the numbers needed to force the Mordekaiser to build any form of magic resistance.
And not only that, both the Zaya and the Mordekaiser avoided the Nico's ultimate with the Death Realm and the Zaya ultimate. Only Thresh was hit by the Nico ultimate there.
Definitely. That Nico ultimate looked very, very good in Spectator, but there was a lot of ways to get out of it, and they were able to find them. I think Oath was also hit up by that as well, so it was too... But it was a good angle to look for, but unfortunately the Zaya and Mordekaiser have ways out of it.
Yeah, and it turned from a 4-man ultimate to a 2-man ultimate, and unfortunately the Oath was at the very edge of that, so not able to get punished by being hit by that, and the Nico just doesn't have the damage to burst out to the Ari just yet, as the Ari looks like has the Ludens finished here, and has a bargain bench sale of separate items.
To flash away. Turnips is looking for something. Ragnar going to be popped, running towards everyone, but he's stuck in the middle of 3. He's going to be able to live that one, get claiming that kill. But it is going to be a 1-for-0 in favor of Turnips Tots. Oh, the Charm is going to land onto Giggle. He's very, very low, but going to be forced to spear dash over the wall. This is another fight. Here comes Chaos. Not going to be able to land that one, but Shade Slayer is going to be able to claim up Chaos. And it's going to be a 1-man ultimate onto Giggle. He's very, very low. Going to try and death roll, but not able to in time. Giggle claiming that one. Here comes a fight. Oath is stuck in the wrong side of the fight, but that Featherstorm is going to be able to claim up a kill onto Banana Bread. And that Blade Collar was just enough to do just enough damage to kill that little Lulu, but this could be a Baron for Turnips Tots.
The health bars are a little bit low, and Zaya is still very, very strong. All the ultimates except for Giggles.
Oh, Shade Slayer might be stuck on the wrong side of everyone, but Chaos is just going to fall. Zaya's able to auto him down to death, but Shade Slayer might be the one falling back into this one as well. He is slowed. Orenji is running him down. Here comes the strength of the Narcissus. Oh, it's going to be enough, isn't it? It is not. The Volibear is able to live by the skin of his teeth with that health potion ticket, keeping him alive.
Yeah, just barely staying alive in that fight there, and that means no Baron is going to be taken once again. You saw them rotating over for it, and then thought they could get the pick onto the Volibear there, but it ends up being Chaos that gets picked, taking the wrong route from the rest of his team.
The Zaya just outputting so much damage. She is on that 3-item spike. She is very, very strong. And
Yeah,
this
and
is a scary point for them.
also has the Executioner's Calling, so the healing from turnips is significantly lessened as well. This is starting to, it's going to start getting to the time now where Olaf is going to fall off just a little bit. His damage is being caught up with here. He does have a lot of tankiness, which is what he's going to be good for, and if he gets on V-Pots most likely dies. But as you saw in that fight, without the Lulu and the Sterex using the ultimate and the Sterex passive from activating there, it could have just been another kill onto turnips there, and could have been a very easily turned fight.
Definitely. So if we take a look at both the itemizations on a lot of the characters, look, Gigglequeef also has 3 items as well, so very, very strong Tristana. She is basically on par power level wise with that Xayah now, so it's very, very scary. These ADCs are coming online, and this is the point where you need them at 30 minutes. But like you said,
Yeah.
Olaf is 4 items, but 4 item Olaf isn't that scary compared to 3 item Olaf. There's not really that much of a difference there.
Yeah, I mean, he added in a dead man's plate, so he runs a little bit
it
faster.
might be caught out here. Orenji doing a lot of damage. You're going to be stunned up by the wall of it. It's just a giant Beyonce Boulder Toss and a Striberg are going to claim that one. And that's just a solo kill for Orenji down on the bot side. Oh, but he's getting roamed on. Getting roamed on by that Thresh, getting roamed on by that Xayah. They are looking to kill Orenji, and he's stuck in no man's land. Are they going to look for this Baron? That is the question here. They are going to catch him out here, but this is going to be the Baron. Orenji's trying to buy as much time as he can. He is running with those little Gnar legs, with the little prehistoric Yordle legs, looking for something here. But we do see that Shadeslayer is sitting, but that Sterex is pumped. Orenji's trying to execute. Is he going to be able to make it? That Baron is going to be claimed up by the blue side. Turnip Todd's claiming that one for an execution, not even a kill.
Very, very hard to catch a Gnar, honestly. Probably should have just left and allowed the Gnar to either get away or execute there. That means he's not going to be here for this Baron fight, though, which could be a net loss, because that will be the 3rd dragon for the side of... Yeah, and it looks like what they're going to do
They're
is
trade
they're just going to turn... They're going to go for mid lane instead.
They're going to trade it. Turnip's running at Oath. Going to be charmed over Ragnar coming out, and it's going to be a dead Oath here. But that Zonia's is buying a lot of time. Flash forward, going to claim that one, and Turnips is very, very low. But they're going to look. Matsuro is here. B-Boss is here. The damage is here, and Banana Bread already chunked to half health, forcing the Lulu ultimate already. Flash forward from Chaos is going to land only onto Matsuro. However, B-Boss is still free-firing on the bot side, and Turnips is very, very low. Here comes Peakley, Death Realming the Olaf, and this is the strongest member. He's going to be taken down in that Death Realm, and B-Pots is still alive, just outputting DPS, and that is not what you wanted to see out of the Turnip Tots.
Yeah, and that's that was so greedy for them to try and keep pushing there and go for the engage when they know they're going to get collapsed on from the dragon. So they get a turret, they get a kill, but they lose 2 kills here, and possibly going to lose the mid lane. And we're going to have a 4-man march down the mid lane. I don't think they're going to be able to get it. The Baron and Power Bangans are still up on a few members.
Yep, on Giggle, on just Giggle actually. Banana, Chaos, and Turnips all fell in that fight.
No, Banana still has it.
Oh, Banana still has it.
Yeah.
Oh, Banana does have it. My bad. So it is on Giggle and Banana, so they do have 2 Baron buffs still alive. But unfortunately, those are the 2 members you want to be sitting, together, holding hands throughout this entire game.
Yeah, and that late game Mordekaiser is practically online at this point. He has the Riftmaker finish, Thornmail, Zanya's, and he's working for the...
Looking like a Spirit Visage.
Spirit Visage, that's the name of it.
Yep. And he's just looking to heal even more than he already does, really. And he is very, very strong, does not even need that Demonic Embrace, because no one is building any magic resistance.
Yeah, there's Merc Treads from the top, mid, and jungle
and that's
from the side of... Yeah, and that's it. There is no other MR. The Aegis is done,
Oath! Gonna be able to dodge out of that one with the Spirit Dash, and that is gonna be the Gnar bar used from Orenji, but the Gnar bar for an Ari ultimate, I think that's very, very worth.
Yeah, I mean, the Ari ultimate is on a pretty short cooldown. It's only about 75 seconds. It'll be up before any major objectives are up again.
Both objectives are coming up in just under 3 minutes now. A little bit shorter on the dragon, but it is a fight that the Turnip Tots do need to take.
Yeah, because it's already kind of difficult for them to actually kill the side of Rotom. If the Mountain Soul on top, they get the Mountain Soul on top of it, killing even Beatpots is going to be quite difficult, even for the Olaf running at him, because the amount of the shield and the stats from the Mountain Dragon. Already sitting at 12% armor and magic resist, total 18% for 80 carry.
So if you want to take a look at Beatpots' itemization, I love that Guardian Angel. He knows what he is to this team. He knows that he needs to survive to do the damage. He knows that he is the one who has to put, you know, the carry pants on today, or at least in game number 1. So that GA is very, very respectable here, but I definitely think a Lord Doms is potentially necessary, but he is DPSing where he needs to.
Yeah, and the side of Turnip Tots, they don't have dedicated tanks. They have bruisers, so Lord Dominic's would be fine, but that's more armor shred, and there's not as much armor as you'd think on the side of Turnip Tots.
Well, one thing to note about Lord Doms, it also does give you damage based on the health of the enemy, right? So the fact that they're all super tanky means that Beatpots is just going to be outputting more damage.
Yeah, and something that we also want to note on the other side, the Tristana also has finished the Guardian Angel. So both AD carries know what they mean to this composition. Maybe the Tristana not having as good of a game as Giggle expected to. It's really this Olaf here who we're getting to that 40-minute mark, close to that 40-minute mark here, so Olaf is going to be feeling weaker and weaker to these carries on the side of Rotom.
He is going to be getting, you know, he's going to be melted, basically, at this point of the game. He is basically a walking cannon minion. We do see elixirs coming through for a lot of the members, and Meganar is already burned 13 seconds before the dragon spawns. This is not what you want to see. They have to look for a pick here now. But
yeah, and look at, they're just going to disengage entirely. They're going to wait for the Narbar to finish.
Yep. And, oh, the Charm going to land onto Chaos. He is going to be able to root up. Oh, going to go forward, and the Zonius is enough to keep him alive. And it is going to be the Whimsy called away. Olaf is going to try to do something with the Ragnar, but he's not able to claim anything. Oh, this going to flash over the wall and claim Banana Bread. It's going to be him falling as well. But Shadeslayer is going to be able to use that Stormbringer to bring him onto the other side of the wall. He is very strong. And Orenji trying to get that Narbar stack. The Ignite is popped. He's putting out a decent amount of damage. He's looking for something. Peakley is here, though, and he is looking. But that is going to be a dragon for the Turnip Toss, so it is going to be a 3-3 dragon fight here. It's Soul for both sides.
Yeah, Soul Point and the Baron is up here. It is 4 members to 4, only one went down. It's the mid laner for the support here. Most importantly, though, Beatpots did not have to expend the Guardian Angel. The Guardian Angel is still up, as we do see the Baron is going to be started up here. Well,
Shadeslayer is very, very far away. This could be another free Baron. They have to look for a steal, and the Volley Bear is not there. It is going to be Tristana claiming that one. Matsuro going to be stuck on the wrong side of the wall. He's going to be forced to flash over. Looking to steal that with the hook.
Actually very, very close to stealing that as well.
Very close. Very, very close. I think it went down to, what, 200 HP? Before it was killed?
Yeah, I would have to go back and watch it again, but I don't want to desync. But I do think it was about that 100, 200 HP mark. Unfortunately, because nobody.
Oh, RNG! Is he going to be caught out once again? Shadeslayer running at the speed of sound. Oath is going to spear dash forward, flash away from RNG. He's going to use the striker to keep himself alive. He is looking. He's able to kite out for so long. He does have that Gargoyle Stoneplate. He's running for his life. The Stormbreaker is going to be used. He has no Mega. Sterex is popped as well. And this is going to be a very, very dead Gnar. He's looking to do something, though. He is doing a lot. He is kiting. He is running. But he is going to fall. And the TP is going to come through for Chaos. They're going to look for something here on the back end of this one. Here comes 2 Olaf running at you. And here comes a double. And he's looking for trouble. He's going to land onto 2, Peakley and Shadeslayer. Shadeslayer is very, very low, and he's going to be taken out by the Olaf, but Peakley is trying to do something to Chaos. He is doing a lot of damage. He has that shield. He is sustaining, but he is stuck in the middle of 3. And the Olaf is very strong. Flash away from Peakley. Going to keep himself alive for just a little bit longer. They're going to look for something here.
Yeah, he's going to go on a merry chase here.
They are looking for something here. Giggle is on the backside as well, and Peakley is just gonna fall, and Olaf is claiming that one. Turnip's hungry tonight. And he's 13-4. He's a very, very strong Viking, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, Peakley not able to get away from that, and this is going to be a Baron push for the inhibitor here.
Definitely, that's the play here.
For the bot lane inhibitor turret. The mid lane inhibitor is exposed.
They are looking to shove that mid wave. The Olaf is nearby, so it is going to be a 4-1 split. For the side of Turnip Tots, they are looking to claim this one up. Buttero is looking for the flank. Unfortunately, he is spotted up by a ward. He's not able to grab that one up.
Yeah, there's just a lot of wave clear from the side of ROTM here, so it is kind of hard to push even with the Baron minions.
Banana Bread gonna dodge out of that charm, barely, but that Orb of Deception doing a lot of damage. Well, that is gonna be the mid inhib claimed up, as you said. They are able to claim that one here, even with that wave clear.
Yeah, Ari going for the chase onto the Lulu there actually means that they can't defend the mid inhibitor, so it is the mid inhibitor down for the next 5 minutes.
Looking for something here. The charm is not gonna land. Here comes a Pop Blossom into the middle of 2. Gonna land, but he is also gonna fall for that one. This Chaos just dying for almost nothing.
Peakley, doing a little bit of a helping hand for the Nico there, actually pulling the Pop Blossom into his team.
But the Nico just does no damage.
Yeah, Nico has no damage, even has the shard there, the Blighting Jewel, but it just doesn't matter.
RNG! Matsuru was looking for something, but he did see that banana bread there, that tasty loaf. Just chilling, keeping his RNG alive.
As
Matsuro Turnips is looking. He does not have the flash. Gonna look for the blast cone, but he's just gonna be burst down before he can even reach it. And that's just gonna be a dead pig, and that is barely before the dragon. 52 seconds. The timer, he's barely gonna be able to make it when it spawns.
Yeah, he's gonna have to book it. Luckily, there is options for the side of ROTM to stall the game out just a little bit. Make it a little bit harder for them.
Oh, they're looking for something. Shadeslar are going to be gnarred into the wall, taking a decent amount of damage, forced to use that Stormbringer over the wall to keep himself alive. And that Gnar ultimate for the Volibear ultimate, definitely worth in my books.
Yeah, definitely. The Volibear ultimate is on a relatively short cooldown, though, but it's not going to be up before this dragon here.
And that's one of the steal ways that they have to look for. And it's already down. But they're looking for him again. Orenji is stacking up that Gnar bar already. But the Olaf is going to pop the Ragnarok. He's running them at the speed of sound. He's doing so much damage. Drain tank and everything. Shadeslayer is going to fall. Here comes that Sterex, but Peakley is on the backside, going to stun up Banana Bread in the Death Realm. And Banana Bread's running away with his little leg, but on the front side of the fight, Beatpots is very, very low. The Guardian Angel is still alive, and he's going to be proc. Turnip's still alive on that backside as well. And it is going to be a resurrection, but it's going to be resurrection to its death. And Oath is very, very low as well. Giggle is going to claim that one. And Chaos landing and ultimate onto Monster are going to mean his death as well. And Peakley is trying to hold the wave. They have no wave, but they do have that bot wave. Waiting for them.
Yeah, and this could just most likely be the game.
This is looking
here,
like an
honestly.
end.
It is going to be Peakley versus the world here in the game.
Peakley's
he's
looking.
Gonna have to come up with something miraculous.
He's looking for something.
Survive.
He's running. But it is just going to be the game here. The next is going to fall. Turnip Tots don't want this one to go on for any longer. That's game number 1. Going for the Turnip Tots.
ROTM's really what killed ROTM there was the rotations they had into mid to late game. They were very, very slow. They went chasing for kills that they didn't need to, and they gave up way too much for it. Especially when they went chasing, sending 4 members with the Baron up down to try and kill RNG was not the right play there. It was you need to be aware that just send 1 member to clear the wave. That's all you need, and send everybody else to try and contest the Baron, because your strongest member is chasing after somebody they're not going to catch.
Definitely. It was both Matsuro and Beepal riding for that one, booking their lives out just to try and get that Gnar, and he's very, very fast. He's a little Yordle thing. He's able to run at the speed of sound, just like everyone else. So they weren't able to claim that one, and like you said, those rotations were what spelled the end of them. And it was looking good for them throughout a lot of the game. They were playing very, very well, but it was those missed calls, those slight errors of judgment that caused the downfall of them.
Yeah, and this is no short, nothing, no small feat, but Orenji definitely being the standout player. Yes, Olaf did so much work in that game, but the amount of pressure that Orenji was able to put on the map the entire game with the Gnar split push, and then pulling multiple members, and then surviving long enough for fights to be turned for him, it's definitely Orenji definitely put on his big boy pants for that game.
He definitely did. He put on those blue suede shoes. He kept himself moving. The fancy feet. He was able to dodge out of a lot of skill shots and also able to jump into the back line, land a couple of really key ultimates, and overall just do a lot for his team. But it was well played from a lot of players, but there were some downfalls, and they were able to be exploited throughout most of the game. But I think there were some downfalls for both sides that were able to be exploited. It was a battle of attrition.
It was a battle of attrition. Unfortunately, one side was just stronger. And you look at the damage charts, and you just see just how close this game was. With
Very, very close.
Zaya dealing the most damage in the game by barely 500.
It was a very, very close game, and it could have been anyone's. It was just those missed calls, and the Turn of Tots were just able to excel and claim those up for themselves. Make the right calls, make the right decisions. That's what they needed. And it was a long one. It was a slugfest, but they were able to come out on top. So real quick. Go ahead.
I was going to say, like I said, it was going to be a snowball for one of these teams, or it was going to be a 45-minute slugfest. The game ended at 43 minutes, so...
Yep. It was a long one. It was a slugfest. And that's just the precedent set for these games here. These players are out for blood. They are looking to push back till the very end. They fought to the bitter end, and it was unfortunately those wrong calls that caused it, but it could be the Turn of Tots making it game 2. It could also be ROTM making them game 2 as well. So both teams have their standout moments, but both teams also have their standout flaws, and it's up to the other team to find out how to exploit them. So we're going to go to a quick break, and hopefully you guys are voting for your player of the game. I do see some of those coming in. So we'll be right back, and we'll get ready for game number 2. We'll be right back. Take care, everyone. Alright everyone, we are back here, back on the desk, and it is going to be Mr. Turnips claiming up that player of the game for game number 1, and he definitely played very, very well. He was jungling well, he was pathing well, and he was just putting in work. What do you think, Dream?
I'm gonna still stick to my statement and say that RNG should have gotten that. Kills don't usually matter. We saw that yesterday with score lines, the jungle going 0-0 and 20 and support going 0-3 and 20. It's just because you can solo carry, if you're not the reason, like, both of those barons are not options if RNG isn't pulling 3-4 members to the other side of the map. So
he was pulling work, he was doing work, RNG was putting on the fancy shoes. So we are going to be going into draft real quick, and we'll see. It is going to be that Caitlyn ban, so we'll be right back in just a quick second.
the ban's actually going
really fast.
Really
Holy
fast.
crap.
Yeah. We have the Caitlyn Vladimir from the Turnip Tots here, and from Rotom we have the Seraphine and Set. Wondering if Rotom is going to change up their bans a little bit, and if they're going to allow things through, if they're going to change up their picks just a little bit.
And I definitely do think that picks were okay, but I think there could have been better options.
Yeah, the Olaf is taken away, so it's going to be an instant first pick Hecarim here.
Yep, the B1 Hecarim is very expected here. Everyone is loving that as a jungler, and overall just a very strong pick.
The sides are swapped, but on stream, but they did opt to stay blue, so it is
Rotom opted blue. Oh, that's
Rotom's red. Turntile's opted blue.
Oh, that is not what happened. Okay, then let me fix that real quick. My bad, unfortunately. We get that fixed up real quick here. But yeah, okay, so it is gonna be the Gators, or not the Gators, but you know what I mean. Yep.
Gators, Turnip Tots, they're the same team, all the same players, but we'll call them what they are this time around. They are the Turnip Tots. Rotom is going to pick up the Kaisa here. We did talk a little bit about it last time, about how it is still a pretty staple pick.
There we go. There we go. Got it. Okay, so they switch sides. Perfect. So it is the Kaisa and Rel. Very strong combo picked up for them.
Yeah, going to hold off on the jungle pick here just a little bit. Kaisa Rel, a very, very strong lane, and not a lane that you can just blindly pick into a Tristana into, because there is just so much to lock you down and stop you from moving.
And Rel is just one of those champions that has a lot of ways in, and is very, very tanky as well. And I think she is a little overtuned, but she's also just a well-balanced champion overall. She doesn't do damage, but she has the CC to back it up.
It is. Yeah, it is going to be responded with Thresh here. Turnip Tot's going for a Shadow Isles-esque composition so far. With the Hecarim and the Thresh locked in. Going to be interesting what they're going to pair up with it if they decide to go for that pick here.
Definitely. We'll see if it's another Shadow Isles champion. It could be the Callista. I don't believe so, but it would be very, very funny to see.
Yeah. I guess the Lucian or Senna would be Shadow Isles 80 carries that they could go for here. It is going to be the Gnar again for the top lane.
RNG on that one.
I do not think the Mordekaiser was kind of cheesed top lane for the most part. Didn't have a very good lane, but the Mordekaiser was still strong in the mid to late game fight. You saw he was able to survive very, very long as the Olaf wasn't the one hitting him.
Exactly. And he was absorbing a decent amount of pressure. He was taking the ganks like a champ. Well, maybe not like a champ. He did die a few times to them, but I mean, he did what he could.
Yeah, and this does, however, leave the...
Gonna be that Vi picked up by Shadeslayer. Very, very interesting adaptation.
Yeah, Vi is actually going to be quite a strong pick so far into the comp of Term Tots, because the point and click ultimate on that champion can really you point and click and knock somebody up. It is so easy for Rel to engage off of that, and the Kaisa can follow up on it as well. It will be a lot harder for Gnar to actually get away, as because the Tristana wasn't picked up in first round. Tristana is going to be banned away here.
One thing that's also interesting about the Vi interaction, if the tether is, if the, what is it? Attract and Repel is attached to the Vi, she's able to stun up the people that she's able to knock up as she goes towards her target with the Rel.
Yeah, Nico surprisingly going to be banned away. Not that didn't feel that strong, but I guess they just didn't want the hard CC that the Nico can bring. This is a more all-in composition, so Nico would fare a bit better here.
Definitely.
So we're going to see what they're going to pick here. It should be the top lane or the top lane pick as a response. Trying to figure out what they want and save the mid lane counter pick for later.
Definitely. I would expect here the top lane. It could be the Mordekaiser brought out once again, like you did say, but we might see an adaptation from Peakley. We'll see. Apparently he is being called that one trick here on that Mordekaiser because he is playing that a lot, because as Vladimir is just constantly banned. We'll see what he is able to pick up instead. It is going to be the Aurelia, and that is a great adaptation. Not the strongest team fighter, but one of the strongest champions into that Gnar if he is able to land his skill shots, at the very least.
Yeah, and Aurelia is probably, we've seen multiple times, one of the best champions into the Gnar. We see Gnar get solo killed quite constantly by Aurelia a lot of games here, but moving over to the Ternatot side, they pick up the Vayne, and then they add, and the Victor. This is actually a very strong team composition that Tots has built this time around. ROTM, on the other hand, they have built a composition that is all about the hard engage, and if they manage to get multiple members stuck in a certain area, it is very, very easy for them to clean up.
One thing to note, though, the Aurelia is not going to have a fun time. Maybe she'll have fun laning into the Gnar, but into a Thresh, into a Hecarim, into a Victor, not so much.
Oh,
it's going to be the Fizz picked up for
everybody forgot about Oath's Fizz. Oh no. This is Victor is not going to have fun in this lane. At least once. He's gonna have fun in this lane until level 6. Once level 6 hits, Victor is not going to have fun anymore.
He's just not able to play the game anymore, unfortunately.
Hecarim is going to have a hard time ganking once the Fizz has his troll pull. Gnar is the Victor will have prio in this lane for a little bit, but it is much easier to gank a Victor than it is to gank a Fizz.
Fizz just has multiple ways to get away from things, and very overall annoying to deal with, and just strong in general. However, there are ways to play around it, and we'll see if Chaos is able to play around that. I think he's definitely had a strong showing on that Victor, but we'll see if Oath's one trick is able to put that in the ground.
Yeah, and another thing that needs to be on the minds of Ternatot is if this Vayne gets hit by a Fizz ultimate at max range, you can just probably, and the Fizz can get to her, you could probably just kiss your AD carry goodbye.
I mean, I honestly think the Q is enough to kill the Vayne. That's how Fizz works, really. I don't think there's that much that the Fizz has to worry about killing that. ADCs just don't get to play the game very much when there's an assassin on the other side of the field.
Yeah, and this is one of Oath's favorite champions. We've seen him play it a few times in the split. I've seen it banned out against him a few times as well. Not really a champion that you're going to see unless it's a player-specific champion that they enjoy. And Fizz is one of those champions. He's not really a meta pick right now, but you will see him when somebody that's good with him wants to pick him up. And that combined with the Aurelia, you have to be worried about your backline.
But one thing that I do feel is not the greatest about ROTM's comp is they have a lot of upfront burst, right? But I do think they run out of gas very, very quickly. When the Vanguard's Edge is gone, when the Flawless Duet is gone, when that Chum in the Waters is gone, when that Assaulted Battery is gone, they don't really have much after that.
They still have the Magnet Storm.
That's true. They have the Magnet Storm, and they have the Killer Instinct.
The biggest thing that you have to be worried about as Term Tots is if this Fizz hits a champion with the ultimate, and then Rel is able to pull multiple members on top of that champion with Magnet Storm.
The Magnet Storm is a very, very strong ultimate, and it's very, very good into the low mobility comps, but there is a lot of mobility drafted for the Gators. They have the Vayne with the Tumble, they have the Hecarim, very fast boy, they have the Gnar, you know, with that little bounce, that hop, but Victor, he's going to be suffering throughout most of this one.
Yeah, Victor, he will be able to get Prio early. He can get off some roams to try and get a lead over the Fizz, but that does leave Fizz open to just free farming without the harassment of a ranged champion in his lane. Unless the Victor can get something out of those roams, he could just be back behind it coming back to lane.
Definitely. But overall, I do think that the Gators have drafted a well-organized comp, but the adaptations from ROTM are definitely going to be very, very helpful. Because the Aurelia is very good into the Gnar, Fizz very, very good into the Victor, and Kai'Sa Rel is just overall one of the strongest bot lanes, or one of the strongest engaged bot lanes that you can draft for yourself.
Yeah, and not only that, they want to center their damage on a central point, because you combine Assault and Battery with Chum in the Waters in Magnet Storm, the Vanguard's Edge. Literally, you throw all of those and it hits 2, 3, 4 members, they're probably all going to die very, very quickly.
Definitely. It's very, very easy to kill one target with this comp they've drafted for themselves, and it's also very, very easy to get in. But every single one of the champions there can be blown up, apart from the Rel. I definitely think that the Gators do have a lot more survivability in their comp, tank-wise. They have a Hecarim, they have a Gnar, and they have a Thresh. I think the only person on ROTM that is actually able to survive through a lot of the damage that they have in store is that Rel.
Yeah, the Aurelia with the maxed passive along with Conqueror and the resets can survive for a very long time, especially because she goes Blade of the Brewing King first. So it's more of a DPS damage there that will be difficult to pin down without some form of anti-heal.
Yep.
Grievous wounds. But Aurelia is very, very good at making people miss their abilities repeatedly. Because she's dashing so many times so quickly, it's very, very hard to actually get on top of the Aurelia and lock her down. And really, the only options they have of locking her down is the Gnar ultimate, the Gnar stun, the Hecarim Fear, which isn't really a lockdown, they still move away, and the Victor's W, I want to say it is. Thresh can't hook, but I don't think you want to be hooking Aurelia and pulling her closer to you.
One thing, if this Gnar, or if Renji is going to play this lane out, he has to build the Steel Caps Bramble Vest combination. If he wants to survive this lane, if he wants to have a fun time. But we'll see if Boris is going to win this top lane, because it's very, very easy for the Gnar to play safe. That's all he has to do. Just make sure he builds the items properly and not get caught out, not step up with full stack passive. There's a lot of ways to play around the Aurelia, and it's up to Renji to see that. Otherwise, it's going to be a very, very hard time for him.
Yeah, Gnar usually thrives on the ranged matchup, but against Aurelia, it really doesn't matter all that much, because she can get on top of you very, very easily. And if you try to eat away as she's dashing to you, she'll just continue to follow you, and then probably activate the second part of her stun, and, well, after that, you're probably in a load of hurt. You're going to lose probably half your HP or more. Even Mega Gnar has to be a little bit wary, though it is a bit easier to deal with the Relia once Gnar goes into melee, because can stun her up.
Mega Gnar is mostly a stat check, and in order to match that stat check, he does need a lot of armor. And the thing is, though, a Fizz will never be able to kill a Mega Gnar unless he's very, very far ahead. The Mega Gnar has a lot of base stats that are very, very helpful into him.
That is a very, very good point, but we do have to remember that with Fizz being the sole proprietor of AP damage, Gnar going for any MR early on is probably not going to be on his mind. So in the early stages, Gnar can very easily blow him up even through Mega Gnar.
Definitely. We'll see what everyone has in store for us, but we are going to go to a quick break. So, real quick, once again, I'm going to ask you this. Who do you give the draft diff to?
If I were a betting man, I bet on ROTM because there's a lot of points going for Turnip Tots here.
But
Turnip Tots definitely have the stronger team fight comp, unless the execution is right from the side of ROTM.
Yep. So with that, we will send it off to a quick break as we do hop into Game 2. Hope everyone is waiting and hungry for this one. We'll be right back.
I saw you smile from across the bar. Yeah, she was pretty and so close but so far. She flipped her hair and I thought this can't be true. How does a man like me get someone like you? And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies. Just like that, you're coming closer to me. Come shake me, grab me, so I wake up from this dream. I can't breathe, come at me. I don't know if I can speak. Then she said, come with me and let's be free. The night is young and I think this could go far. The sky is dark but you're my shooting star. Could see your face reflect upon the moon. It was a pretty summer night in June. And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies. Just like that, you're coming closer to me. Come shake me, grab me, so I wake up from this dream. I can't breathe, come at me. I don't know if I can speak. Then she said, come with me and let's be free. Let's be free.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we are, game number 2 starting off, and things are looking spicy. We do see some nice drafts from both sides, but we'll see which one prevails here. Is it going to be the Turnip Tots taking home game number 2, or is it going to be ROTM making this one a series?
Yeah, and they're gonna try and kill Picle early again. But
No,
Picle is
not
going to
again.
First rotation.
Not
He is going
again.
to know. He should know they're coming. Like,
Oh no, Picle. He's gonna flash that one. Oh no. Picle once again forced to burn that flash in the opening seconds.
This is why when I'm playing a champion that has to be in that tri-bush, I usually stand like in the very top corner of it, so that way I can see people coming before they can see me in the bush.
Yep. Definitely. And Picle once again forced to go flashless, and that means he's not allowed. Oh. Uh-oh. Stuff is set up. They're looking. We'll see. The Rel is nearby as well. 4 people down in this bot side, but it is looking like an exfiltration for Depots and Shadeslayer.
Yeah, and Hecarim might be a little bit late to the buff, but same with Vi.
Oh, both of the, the junglers going to be a little late to the party here. But it is going to be, you know, good guy Banana Bread tanking it up just a little bit to help out his jungler.
And there's the unfortunate part of picking melee into range
Yep. You know how
mid
it
lane.
is.
It's rough at level 1 because you don't really have much of anything
have no
to
answer.
fight back.
But it's a lot of damage going on to both of them. Both have the corrupting potions ticking, and both are healing up off of that. Picle looking for something here, but the Aurelia level 1 is very, very strong, but she is flashless. Keep that in mind.
She is flashless, but
it's still an
she has
Aurelia
a dash.
Dinar.
Yeah. It just means that she might not be able to kill the Gnar if the Gnar flashes away. As the level 2 comes in for both of these champions
Flawless Duet is available. Frog in the bone plating is going to look to miss it, actually. So Picle not going to be able to get that reset. But it is going to be a bot side engage from Matsuro, exhausting the Thresh, and the heal is already going to be burned, and they're looking to do some trades here, and it is going to be Giggle Queef taking a good chunk away from B-Pots. But Matsuro doing a lot of work to Banana Bread.
Yeah, Aurelia is actually going to back here as the Mega Gnar comes out.
Looking for the cheater base, but unfortunately she wasn't able to shove it in, but it is going to be Matsuro landing a beautiful engage. Giggle forced to flash away. The hook is not going to land. It's going to go wide.
I don't think you want to take that hook, honestly.
It's a very dangerous one.
Yeah, because you don't want to pull them closer into your AD carry that already has 2 stacks of the Kaisa passive on them.
You know, given that little option of damage with that plasma stack is enough to warrant the hook not being taken. But, ooh, they're looking for something, but Shadeslayer has Smite, Turnips does not, but they're going to look to fight each other here. There's going to be some damage going down onto Shadeslayer, but they are going to run away. Just, you know, some ships passing in the night there, really.
Yeah, and because Hecarim was a little bit late, Vi is a bit faster of a clearer, so she's going to actually get double scuttle on.
She's not going to take her red buff either, and there's no way that Turnips is ever going to know this, so this is just a free double scuttle for the Vi.
Yeah, and that means Vi can just very easily go for the red buff after the second scuttle there.
It's a free red buff, it's a free rotation, and Picle is looking for something once again. Flawless Duet going to go wide. Once again.
Yeah, missing out on these Flawless Duets is making it a little bit harder for Picle, as we might see something here. Hex
Some
Flash
bot
is
lane
available.
shenanigans might be happening here. That'd be fun to see. Picle should have the Flawless Duet available in just a little bit, but he's also very, very low on mana. Mega Gnar is available, not going to get that hop, not going to get the double bounce, and Picle is able to run away with that one.
Yeah, Picle actually doing a pretty good job of disengaging there, as Matsuro looked like might have been able to go for that, but...
Oh, that was a weird interaction there. Mega Gnar just wore off and still able to land the wallop. Oh, but Shadeslayer is nearby, but Picle has no mana for that Flawless Duet, and Shadeslayer is just going to help, you know, look to get rid of that pressure from that Gnar, and it is going to be another back for Picle.
Yeah, and with the Vi showing on the top side of the map, this might be just a free dragon. Infernal Dragon
Mm-hmm. They are looking
Chaos
for...
has no mana. Needs to be a little bit careful doing these trades with Oath there, because he can just go in and get out very quickly.
Yeah, that corrupting stack is not enough to help him out there, but it is just that free Drake, like you said, over to the side of the turnip toss. But this is going to be a rotation from Monstro looking, but it's dodged out. Beautiful tumble, but Banana Bread is very, very low. The Condemn is going to land, and here comes the teleport, but it is going to be a hook, and it is going to be a kill, but Oath is very, very low as well. But here comes a Renji, and that's going to be a kill for Turnips once again, and Monstro is just going to be forced to run away, tail between his legs, but he's going to be cut off, and he is going to be able to walk towards that mid-river, and going to be able to walk away, but Chaos is nearby as well. Everyone is close. They're looking for something, and it's going to be stopped. Matsuru is very, very low. That auto going to connect from the Victor, and, you know, able to walk away from that one. But that's a lot of time burned.
Yeah, it does end up being a 2-for-1 trade. Hecarim actually getting both of those kills there. But Fizz does get one of them. The Snowball does start. The Victor didn't get anything in that fight there, and Aurelia, because didn't have TP, couldn't go in there, is going to get a plating all to herself. They're already ahead in CS as well.
Yep. And it is going to be a Renshi getting 1 assist, but that feels very, very bad, especially in this losing matchup.
Yeah, I just wish that Pikley used his wards a little bit more, just to be a little bit safer, sitting on 2 of them.
Yep, and that's just how the trades go now, because Oath has 6.
Yeah, and he's just going to do this repeatedly until he gets low enough to dive.
Yep.
That's literally how it's going to be the until now that 6 is up.
That's basically how the Fizz lane goes. He just looks to go for those short trades, run away, and come back again when that electrocute is up. But in this jungle, it is going to be that sizable lead for Turnips. Already has that Sheen's going to be clearing very, very fast. And he's going to be very, very happy by this one. And Oath, taking a decent amount of damage, but able to dodge that tower shot with that Playful Trickster. And that's just Fizz things.
Well, Fizz, very hard to actually get onto, unfortunately. And it does burn a lot of Chaos's mana to try and keep him at bay. Has to make sure the wave doesn't crash, because Fizz is one of those champions that can dive very easily at level 6.
Definitely, but Pikley taking the worst end of a trade there, but he does have that minion wave to sustain with. And Orenji is in a bad spot. He is able to dodge out of that flawless duet. He might be able to look for something here. Minion wave is pretty big, but the sustain from Aurelia is even bigger.
Yeah, I'm going to be able to grab that minion wave. Is about 11 CS ahead here. It's going to be fine for the Aurelia. She doesn't need the kills. She just knows that she's stronger in this lane matchup.
Looking for something once again. Has the flawless duet, but it's going to go wide. And they're just not connecting. And this is a good trade for Orenji. Aurelia does have that Vanguard's edge, but she might just be solo killed, forcing the flash. And Shadeslayer is in the back pocket. But Oath is down in the bot side looking for something incomplete. The flash is going to miss from Matsuro, not able to land that flash. But it's going to be Matsuro being hooked up and going to be played backwards. And he's taking a lot of damage. This is just going to be a sacrificial lamp. And Chaos is there just to prevent that from happening. Here comes B-Pots. Gonna be able to dodge out of that death sentence from Banana Bread. Well played from him. But Shadeslayer's in the wings. He's waiting for something here. And Aurelia's looking. Gonna be Nard backwards. The Wallop is gonna land, but she's gonna be stopped. And it's gonna be Aurelia claiming that one with the Defiant Dance.
That was a really good counterplay. You saw the Nard try to jump in for the kill, seeing that Vi was there trying to do a trade kill, but immediately gets stunned, and then he tries to get away and immediately gets ulted while still being under tower.
That was very well played from Shadeslayer. Just, you know, being patient, just holding on just for a little bit longer, and that was when Orenji greeted. And now that Aurelia is even farther ahead than she needed to be.
Yeah, still has the CS lead, sitting on 1,300 gold here, and looks like they're going to go for a bit of an invade. Vision.
Oh, Banana Bread barely getting out of that one. Very close. I think they saw him maybe with the sweeper, but
yeah,
very,
they definitely
very
should
scary.
have.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? Not alone in that one, but could have been very, very scary, but unfortunately it is not. Turnips is looking to catch that bot wave, but he knows that his AD carry is nearby, and these junglers are just looking for full clears. They are both 68 CS.
but the gold lead does remain in the hands of this Hecarim, having the 2 early kills there.
Very, very helpful
Um,
there.
And Vayne having the first kill is going to feel pretty nice. Already on those tier 2 boots in the Noon Quiver versus the Noon Quiver pickaxe and a dagger for the side of, as 3 people are roaming up for RNG.
Uh-oh, RNG. Chaos is also getting taken down here in the mid. They're taking a lot of damage. The knight is going to fall, but here comes the Chaos Storm. Oath is taking a lot of damage. Flash forward and flash away, but he's stuck under the tower. Has no Playful Trickster. Is he going to fall? He is going to fall in the end, but RNG is also taking a lot of damage since they are solo killing the Gnar. But that is going to be a Drake as well.
Yeah,
Drake
it is going to be a Drake. Yeah, Drake in exchange for the Rift Herald here.
And Beepots is going to be forced to back away here. They are looking for it. And Turnips is going to get a nice devastating charge onto that one. The Cadet not going to land into the wall, but here comes the Unstoppable, but he's taking too much damage and is going to fall. Hook is going to go wide. Giggle looking for something here. He does have the damage, and it is going to be Beepots falling, but it is going to be a trade kill, and that did not need to happen.
Yeah, and not only is it a trade kill, it's a shutdown trade kill.
Oh,
the
that's
shutdown
even worse.
does go to the Kaisa there. So yes, the kill, it ends up being a even trade across the map now, or actually a 3-for-2 trade across the map because.
RNG.
Oh, and the turret. This is
Turret
the
falls
exact
as well.
opposite of what
Peakley
happened
looking for
last game.
something. And it is going to be him jumped on by the Aurelia. He's very, very strong here. The Vanguard's Edge coming through. Here comes Turnips. Does not have the Onslaught of Shadows. And is looking. Peakley's just going to fall. Just going to be taken out, but no mana on Peakley. But he still has that Blade of the Rune King still active. And he is going to be able to take that kill and walk away with his life.
Yeah, and that means the second trade is tower is going to be taking damage from the Rift Herald there. And that was an Aurelia with no mana getting the kill there.
Definitely not what you want to see. But keep in mind, this Vayne is very, very strong right now, and she is also building towards that Immortal Shield bow. And it's a good adaptation here because everyone is looking to burst. Yeah, that shield is going to help you out just a little bit more. And having a lot of lifesteal is also very, very nice.
Yeah, definitely. And look at the adaptation from the Victor here. He has the Verdant Barrier as his first item. Doesn't really. It is going to help a little bit to mitigate some of this damage.
They are looking for something. Banana Bread is going to look for that hook. The Dark Passage is available, but they are just going to force them away from the wave.
Yeah, so is the Magnet Storm, so is the Flash Exhaust. Remember, last time when they dove, it was 3v1 and it was still a trade kill. You don't really want to hard engage with a Rel in the lane because of how hard it is to actually get onto the AD carry with Rel being able to disrupt so much.
Definitely, and that's a lot of damage from that auto Q from Beepots. The Cathian Rain is very, very strong.
Nerfed,
and
by the way.
The hook is going to land, and Beepots is taking a lot of damage. Rel is going to be able to land something. Megastorm is going to land, but Giggle is doing his best. He is dealing a lot of damage with the Silver Bolts, and it's going to be Banana Bread taking that one. That Thresh, once again, taking some kills. Very, very hungry.
Hecarim might be in a little bit of trouble there.
But it might be Oath in a little bit of trouble. Peakley's engaging onto RNG, and RNG's just gonna get solo killed. Peakley's looking flash forward, and it's gonna be a kill. But here comes the Onslaught of Shadows onto 2, and Oath is very, very low, gonna be taken down. Chaos is also gonna be taken down on the backside of that one. Is not being able to get away. Banana Bread flashing in front, making sure Shade Slayer cannot get away, and he's taking that one too. Flash for a kill. Let's go.
Yeah, but on the other side of the map, yes, this Vayne is very, very strong here. But so is this Aurelia. And RNG is not having the same effect he had last game. He is really struggling in this counter matchup here. They should be able to get this turret here.
Oh, they're looking for something though. Peakley is on the backside. This does have the Vanguard's Edge available, but the Pharmacy's gonna miss once again. Matsuro looking for something, but here comes the teleport from RNG into everyone, but Matsuro is just gonna be the sacrificial lamb, and it is gonna. Oh, it's actually Chaos TPing, and it is gonna be that kill for the TP.
Matsuro is really struggling with this champion, looks like, or just not respecting the movement that Giggle has on this champion here. It just seems like Matsuro is trying to force these plays as we get a short pause. Top has crashed for Turnip Tots, but it looks like he's back in already, so we should be getting very, very quickly here.
So we do see the gold lead swing in favor of the Turnip Tots, but we are going to talk about this counter matchup here. Orenji is just not able to play the game, and that's just how it is into the Aurelia as the Gnar. You're just a little rat, just being taken down here. Not much you can really do unless you itemize defensively, which unfortunately Orenji is not. Does not have the dynamic duo of taking down Aurelia, the Bramble Vest and the Steel Caps.
Yeah, this adaptation is actually pretty good from the side of ROTM here, sending the Fizz down a lot harder for them to actually get onto him. But look, there's 4 members coming down.
Oh, they're behind. Banana Bread's looking for something. Is able to spot out, but the Chum of the Waters is going to miss. But here comes the Vi. Is going to land that one. No, he's actually going to be flashed away. But the Unstoppable is enough, and it's going to be Gigglebeef taken down here. But it's a beautiful throw with the option too, and the Megastorm's going to land as well. But here comes the Hacker of Turnips. Is looking for a big play. My client is frozen for some reason, but here he comes. He does not have the Onslaught of Shadows. B-Pots is very low, but he's going to be taken out. Hook going to land onto Oath, and Orenji's looking for something. Does not have the Mega Gnar just yet. It is going to be taken down, and it is going to land. Gnar onto 2, and Peakley is stuck under the tower, taking a lot of damage. Vanguard's Edge is going to be enough, and he's going to be able to get out that one. Chaos is looking for a play. He has the flash, going to flash forward, being able to take down Shade Slayer, but he is stuck between 3 in enemy territory. Channeling is going to be forced. Hex Flash not going to land onto Chaos. That Storm is going to keep himself alive for now, and they're just going to walk it out. Not feeling too confident taking down that Victor.
Yeah, actually, no.
Oh, Victor walking up a little too far. Here comes the Chaos Storm, and he's just going to be taken down. But it's a lot of damage, and there's taken down. Monstro might just fall. It is not going to be enough, though, in the end.
Yeah, with how low the health bars are, they probably won't be able to get this 3rd dragon, though, which means it will be soul point, most likely, for the side of Turnip Tots here.
Yep.
But that was a lot of shutdowns going to the side of ROTM there. The shutdown on the Vayne goes to the Vi there. The shutdown on Thresh goes to Fizz.
Yep.
And the shutdown on Vi goes to Victor. However, the shutdown on Victor goes to the Kaisa, most importantly.
That is a very important shutdown to be picking up, because the Kaisa is very far behind. But it is going to be that Cloud Soul almost coming online for them. Turnips is very strong as well. And unfortunately, Orenji's just not having that much of an impact.
Yeah, Orenji really struggling. He got to that fight late despite using the TP there, only able to get 2 people in the stun, but then instantly dying to the Vanguard's Edge. Chaos might be in a little bit of trouble here. He has the Banshee's Veil finished, however, it is popped by the Kaisa W.
Yep. Peakley is looking for something here. He does not have the Vanguard's Edge just yet. It's very close, but it's going to be a steal from Turnips, and Shade Slayer stuck in the middle of 3. Is he going to fall? Oath is nearby. The Onslaught of Shadow is going to keep him alive, but Orenji is going to be caught by the Chum in the Waters, and the Flawless Duet going to miss. Turnips is very low. Going to be taken down. B-Boss taking that one. Vanguard's Edge coming now down onto 2, and it is going to be Orenji falling. No, he's not. The Magnar is just enough to keep him alive, and he's stunned in the wall. Not allowed to move, and B-Boss is going to fall on the backside of this one as well. Chaos claiming that one. B-Pot's almost able to take that one as well, but unfortunately not enough damage.
A lot of low health bars. Orenji does pick up the Rift Herald through all of that. But still, a 1 fight for Turnip Tots is going to feel really nice going in. They are going to try for this turret. There isn't enough minions here, so they are going to have to back off. The Vi and the Rel are up, so the Vayne needs to be a little bit careful here.
She is
back
definitely
where she is.
one-shot
She's going to be
range.
fine.
So it is going to be that Phantom Dancer completed for her, so she is on that dual item Power Spike. English is not great right now, but she is a threat, a force to be reckoned with right now. She is very strong, having a 20 CS lead even over Peakley up in that top lane, and they also have the same amount of kills.
Yeah, it's really difficult for the side of ROTM to play this game right now unless they get a catch onto. Oh my lord.
Oh my god, that damage onto Matsuro. He is not having a fun one here. The Vayne just shredding his health bar.
Yep, they have to have a perfect fight, and like we said, Giggle has to have the picture perfect play.
And he's been doing it so
survive
far.
these fights, and he's been doing it very successfully. Able to he came in at the fight after everything was burned, so he just was allowed to free fire with nobody really able to get on top of him. Kaisa was on the other side. Oath was low. the Fizz, and Vi was still trying to fight this Hecarim. They put so much effort into killing the Hecarim, and it took too long to kill him.
And the Blade Surge was actually cancelled by the Vayne's Condemn. Giggle playing that one very, very well, making sure that the Aurelia is not allowed to move, not allowed to reset.
As Vayne, or not Vayne, but Vi is up here, so is Aurelia, though.
They're looking for
Hecarim
something.
sees... There is a 5-man squad walking up there right now, though.
Yep. They're looking for something here, maybe looking for that plate, or for that tower. Peakley doing a lot of damage to that wave, able to clear that one almost instantly, but this is a 5-man rotation. But Gnar might be caught up here. Peakley is going to be stunned up by that, and Chaser is looking for something, but the Vanguard's edge onto 3. Peakley is in the middle of 4. Is he going to be able to make the play? He is not. Vpots is stuck in the middle of 4 as well, and he's going to be taken down. Monstro landed a Magnet Storm only onto 2, and it's going to be a double kill for the Hecarim, and this is just going to be a terrible team fight, and it's going in the way of the Turnip Tots.
Yeah, it was... The CC was not properly layered there, but you saw how long Peakley was able to survive in that multiple people getting hit by the Vanguard's edge, but so many things were burned to survive that there. The Locket as...
Oh, Oath! Doing a lot of damage to Renji. Flashing forward, Oath is trying his best, but is it going to be a solo kill? Renji taking that one! Able to claim that kill with the boomerang. That Gnar. Very, very well played. And that's just a Baron also as well. Gators, or not the Gators, the Turnip Tots able to claim that one.
And it's starting to look worse and worse for the side of Rotom. They're forcing plays they really don't need to. And
they're looking for the Drake in 20 seconds. This is the fight that Rotom need to take. They need to find something here. Maybe a pick, maybe a steal, but they cannot die here.
Yeah, this is a do or die here for them. It is the Cloud Soul is going to feel very, very good on all of these champions, especially the Hecarim that wants to run very, very fast. And Shade needs to be very careful. Can't be picked off here right before the fight.
Peakley is here though, does not have the Vanguard's edge, and will not. It does not have it in time as well. But Renji, Shadeslayer stuck on the wrong side of the fight, gonna be gnarred into the wall, and he's gonna be taken down before the fight even starts. And this is not what you want to see happen here.
What was he doing there?
What was he doing? And this is just a free drink. And that's just soul given for free with a cherry on top of that kill. And Shadeslayer positioning way too aggressively, getting taken down.
It feels so bad if you're Rotom here, because you have such a strong composition.
Oath is looking for a flank here, but the hook is going to land, and he's going to be stunned up. Oath is still alive, however, but the devastating charge is going to keep Oath in the wrong side of the fight, but it's going to be Giggle doing so much work here on the front side, but Renji taking down B-Pots underneath the tier 3. And this is just going from bad to worse. And this is just a siege. Baron is enough to make sure that they are able to guarantee these towers, but also the shadows onto 2. And Peakley is stuck in the wrong side of the fight, and it's going to be a Nard onto 2, and Shadeslayer is looking for Giggle, but he's not able to do it. It is going to be that Vayne spot able to put out the damage, and the Silver Bolts are enough.
And
that's game number 2.
Going to be a 23-minute victory. Yeah, it's...
And they were losing early as well. The Gators were able to pull this one out from a hat. Nice magic trick, and it is going to be a victory along with a couple of kills too. And Everbraw's going to land. B-Pot's not able to live through that one, and that is just another, you know, little morsel of chocolate or something on the top of that one. And it's going to be the Turnip Tots win game number 2 as well. Very,
they move on to match
strong.
Point. It's
match point. That was a crazy match. Things were going very well for Rotom in the early games. They were getting the leads they needed. Oath was up CS. Peakley was getting the kills, getting the CS leads, and unfortunately, Giggle was able to get fed, and he was able to turn these teamfights by showing up when the ultimates were burned. He was the threat, and he output the damage.
Yeah, it's rather unfortunate to see Rotom fall like this. They have to dig really deep. They have to pull something out here for this next game, because if this game is do or die now, their last shot, and as well as they did in the regular season, they're in danger of being knocked out here. Honestly,
it's very, very scary. And the Turnip Tots people who bet on them are very, very happy with their wallets because that could have been a lot of tokens lost. But it is going to be the Turnip Tots winning another one once again, and they are looking strong as they are going into game number 3. But overall, who do you think deserves player of the game here? I think we both have the same one in mind.
Yeah, that's Vayne, 100%.
That's Giggle. Giggle putting in a lot of damage, a lot of work, and he is looking for blood here with that Immortal Shield Bow. Able to do so much work. But overall,
it's very, very hard to kill him because you have the Immortal Shield Bow proc, and then just in case that isn't enough, the Thresh built Locket as well for another shield on top of that.
You also
it's
have
so hard to kill, and
you have Exhaust as well. You have Heal. Just a lot of ways to keep him alive. It was just enough. And overall, well played from them. It was a rough early game, and ROTM were looking for it. They were putting in work. It just wasn't enough. They needed to shut that Vayne earlier. They just were not able to. Those just couple of key kills because the Vayne was only able to grab maybe 1 or 2 in the early game. But it was those team fights where they blew everything on the Hecker and blew everything on the Gnar, and the Vayne was just able to free fire from the back end of the fights. So, real quick, we are going to go for a quick break as we do prepare for game number 3. We'll see if the return of the Middlesticks are able to dig in and maybe find a series here, or if Turnip Tots are going to go 3-0. But we'll be right back here, and we'll be right back on the desk as you guys vote for your player of the game. We will be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Oh, real quick, player of the game before we do get started for game number 2 is going to be Mr. Giggle. Down in that bot lane, on that Vayne, he was something to spot. You know, a little bit of Vayne spotting could have been used there. And he went 9, 1, and 10. He popped off. He was putting the numbers, and that was pretty fun to watch. What do you think, Dream? Oh, Dream?
I'm sorry, I
Yep.
was muted. I thought I was talking.
No worries,
I thought I
my
wasn't.
friend.
Whoops.
It's all good.
Yeah, that was a Vayne show if I ever saw one. Problems with letting a Vayne get that fed. We've actually seen it a lot recently. We've seen somebody pick the Vayne, and then the Vayne just gets massively ahead, and then just solo carries the game. I think I've seen it in 3 series that I've casted.
Mm-hmm.
This is also the 10th game that I've casted. I don't think I can do tomorrow. Somebody's gonna have to replace me.
I can feel that. You are tired, and I completely understand. It's been fun, Mr. Dream, but we have a couple more to go through tonight. Let's power through
I
it.
do hope this goes to a game 5. I really want to see a game 5 here.
Me too. I would love it. And so far, we've seen that the ROTM definitely have the ability to. They've definitely had a good game 1 showing. Unfortunately, they weren't able to pull it together in game number 2. They did win the early game, but it wasn't enough. They just did not hold the spells for when they needed to, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate. The spacing between the two, the spacing that the Vayne was able to get was very, very good here. We do see as the picks and bans are coming through here. Well,
Yeah.
you guys don't see yet. Just waiting for that to
Let's
change
get
over.
through
But
to
I will.
that real quick. Yep. Let's go.
I will.
There we go.
Yeah, I will talk about it while it is switching over. We have the Olaf and the Gnar ban from ROTM. We're not going to see a Gnar 3rd game in a row.
Nope.
No Olaf, no Seraphine. Caitlyn, Vladimir still remaining the same. No changes from the side of Turnip Tots.
It's really surprising, though, to see that ROTM banned it on blue side. They banned the Seraphine. Banned the Seraphine on blue side.
It is quite possible that ROTM do not play the Seraphine.
That is what I'm expecting, or that's what I theorize as well, because I think that the Seraphine is one of the strongest B1 picks in the game. We'll see if the Turnip Tots do get rid of that Hecarim, so it is not going to be the B1 Hecarim for ROTM. We'll see what they do answer with, though.
Yeah, a lot of first B1 still available. The Tristana is one that comes to mind.
Tristana B1, Kaisa B1.
Yeah.
Rel,
Kaisa,
potentially.
Yeah. Rel,
potentially, not ideal, but could work.
I don't think they go for the Rel again, though. It wasn't that great of a showing.
I think they picked the Thresh here.
Yeah, the Thresh was
Thresh is crazy. I think every Thresh player we've seen to date has played it very, very well, but it's going to be a B1 Karma. Surprising.
I've never seen Peakley play this champion, so while it could go to the top lane, I sincerely doubt it, but Karma is going to be the first pick. It just makes me think that maybe Vpots doesn't play the Tristana.
Yeah, that could be it. Or Vpots don't play it, because it could be a flex pick as well.
Yeah, definitely, and I do know Oath plays it. He did play it before.
Oh, so they aren't even going to try to pick up that B1 Tristana. It is going to be actually an R1 Volibear, taking that away from Shade Slayer.
Yeah, Volibear, we did see did fairly well.
It had a good showing, but it's going to be that Vayne picked up again for Giggle. We'll see if ROTM have an answer for that, because the Caitlyn is banned away. So we'll see if they're able to find an answer, because the Kaisa was not it.
No, it definitely wasn't. Then again, it was the pressure. It was the mistimed executions from the Rel combined with the pressure from the jungle that really got that Vayne very far ahead.
They did try to skill check the Vayne a few times, and they just weren't able to find it. Giggle was just able to dodge out of every skill shot. But it is going to be that Jinx Karma picked up for ROTM.
Yeah, and
I like the Jinx. I'm not so sure about the Karma.
Jinx is definitely one of those champions that is able to scale up along with the Vayne. They're one of those late game hyper carries. Obviously, Vayne is the late game hyper carry. It's the boogeyman underneath, and it's going to be the Vi again. They're trying to go for catch the Vayne.
Catch the Vayne. It's gonna be Banana Bread once again on that Thresh, and once again, like Matsuro, they both had good showings on the Thresh so far.
Yeah, the Thresh, it's probably going to be an Immortal Shield though from the Vayne
Definitely.
for a second time here. The amount of survivability that item along with the Thresh Locket plus the Thresh Lantern gives, it's basically a shield as big as Vayne's health bar.
One thing I like about the Volibear though is I definitely think it's a lot better into the Vi than the Hecarim.
Yes, I definitely agree there. Both of those champions' ultimates cannot be stopped.
It'll be really funny to see that interaction.
Yeah, if I were to ult the Hecarim, both of them are unstoppable during their ultimates. And if I is to ult the Volibear while he's ulting, both of them are also unstoppable. So, very weird interaction between the two champions if that is going to happen. However, if the Vi is ulting the Volibear, something has gone very, very wrong here.
Definitely.
That ultimate should be used solely for the Vayne.
So it's gonna be the Nico taken away once again. Rotom not wanting to see that one. Once again, I don't think it had the greatest impact game one, but it might just be scrim bias. It is gonna be the Falcons though, banned away. And no Chaos no Victor for Chaos. Wrong way around.
Yeah. Yeah, getting rid of the two champions that he's played so far. Here, Chaos gonna have to figure out what he wants to play here. He is going to have the counter pick if they decide to give it here. They will have to blind either their top or mid laner. I do think that maybe giving the blind to the mid laner here, just because RNG has been showing up.
It's gonna be a blind Aatrox. Renekton is still available.
Yeah,
and the Aurelia is also up as well.
Aatrox is not one of those champions that you can blind unless you're very, very confident on them.
Is this Hero 39 I'm seeing? We'll see. But the Aatrox blind, I don't think it's very, very good because his counters are still up. The Camille, the Aurelia, the Renekton, there's a lot of options for Peakley to play.
Yeah, he could also just opt for the Ornn here.
Ornn, Malphite. Yeah, there's a lot of... It is the Ornn. So Peakley put on Ornn duty, unfortunately, game number 3 here. They're looking for a very safe call.
It's not, unfortunately. This is probably his favorite champion.
Really? I thought his Vlad was his favorite champion.
Well, yes, but his Vlad's always banned, so
that's
he picked
fair.
Another favorite champion.
So it's going to be the Ornn. And Ornn is just one of those champions that is a little bit of everything. You know, there's a lot of damage, there's a little bit of tankiness, you know, just a presence overall.
Yeah, and Ornn is one of those champions that can do pretty well surviving into the Aatrox there. And since it's double...
Oath on Xerath. I like it.
Okay, so I have a bit of a story about
do tell.
Oath Xerath. So
do tell.
I played with Oath in draft last split. The previous split before this current
So
one.
fall.
Yes, for the fall split. And Oath, he...
Echo for Chaos!
Oh, that's actually really, really good into the Xerath. I actually really like that. Is what I usually say. So, there's a Vi on the enemy team, and I believe it was an Echo. There was a Vi Echo.
The Vi Echo.
So, they dive onto Oath, get him down to about 5% HP. He pops the barrier, and then uses stopwatch. And the two members stick around, take a few turret shots. They want to get the kill, and then our top laner uses Stand United on him. He gets the kill on Echo, and then he ults to kill the Vi.
Oh my goodness. That is the Xerath you want to see from Oath, and it's hopefully here today. He's here to play. He's brought out the pick. He's brought it out of his pocket, and we'll see if it's able to pop off today. What do you think? Do you think it's going to work, or do you think it's going to falter? Who breaks? Is it going to be Rotom Fallen, or is it going to be them making it a series?
This is do or die here for Rotom. They have to take a stand here and now, and there's a lot of comfort coming from the side of Rotom in this game, in their picks here. Ornn is going to be able, if this game extends, he can make his team a lot stronger and a lot harder to actually take down with the Ornn items. On the other side, though, you got to be keeping an eye on that Vayne. There's probably going to be a bit more attention put down there. Thresh and Vayne are going to have a little bit more trouble with the Jinx Karma because of the amount of poke coming from them. It's very easy to poke them down. And speaking of poke, that is what ROTM wants to do. They want to poke the enemy team down
With their
a bit.
superior range, right? That's what I'm
Yeah,
seeing
with
here.
their superior range, and then they just go Vi, Ornn ulti into everybody running at you with the Karma empowered shields. And Jinx just kind of autos with once she gets rune-ons, goes into rocket form and cleans up the fight. That's the perfect picture fight there. Obviously, that's probably not how it's going to turn out. Termpots are really showing up tonight and putting the brakes on ROTM's dominance so far.
And we'll see. Well, last game was a 23-minute game with a late scaling comp. This time, they have an early game oriented comp. We'll see if Turnip Tots are able to end it early, because I definitely do think ROTM outscale.
Yeah, they
Even with
do
the
have
Vayne.
they do have the Vayne as the late game option,
But
that's about it.
That's it.
The
Aatrox,
Echo
useless.
has
Echo.
Echo has a high damage in the late game, but it gets harder and harder for Echo to get on top of the backline as the game goes on.
And with a Moonstone Karma, popping
Moonstone
out shields
Karma.
left, right, and center, it's going to be really, really rough. So they need to end this game early, not let that Xerath get ahead, not let that Jinx get levels, get attack speed, not let the Ornn get his items. They need to end this early. Or rely solely on Giggle.
Yeah, and Giggle definitely did show up last game on the Vayne. We'll see if it's going to be a different story this time around. Jinx is I would say slightly inferior to the Vayne late game carry, but because the Ornn, it does buff that up just a bit, and Vayne has to be on point once again with her carrying their carrying capabilities. Whereas Jinx has a pretty large frontline plus the Moonstone protection. Does not have to be as defensive and as perfect as the Vayne. A few mistakes here and there won't be the end of the game unless it's a snowball.
Exactly. But if the Xerath is allowed to get ahead, it's going to be very, very rough, because the Vayne will have to watch her step, watch her every move, because there's so much she will have to worry about. We'll see if Chaos is able to shut that down. But,
yeah, Chaos has been slightly underperforming, just a little bit.
Yeah, he actually performed very well game 2, considering the matchup. He was able to get a CS lead later on in the lane, and he was also able to be there when his team needed him, output some damage. But game 1 was definitely not the showing we wanted out of Chaos. We've seen him play very, very well, and it just wasn't what we wanted to see.
Yeah, definitely. He did redeem himself quite a bit in the second game, going into a matchup that was
highly
difficult.
unfavored. Highly unfavored.
Yeah, we saw it was pretty favored until that level 3 hit, and then you just saw that he kind of had to sit under tower the rest of the time. You saw how many times Fizz was going down to different lanes, and the TP had to be burned just to match.
We did also see him, though, pick up a trade kill down in that mid lane, though. Well played from him, so Chaos showing up game 2, and we'll see if that momentum carries forward here. But Turnips has been showing up to every game. He's playing exceptionally well.
Yeah, he is off of his main champion, the Hecarim, but as we saw, it doesn't matter because he played exceptionally well on the Olaf. I don't think I've seen Turnips play Volibear, at least not recently, so might not be a champion that he's as practiced on as maybe some of his other champions in his pool. However, it is going to be up to ROTM to turn this around, because they drafted a comp that's very late game heavy, and the late game does favor them, but they need to get there, and until they get there, it's going to be Turnip Tots' favor.
And I do think both sides have really, really strong team fight. A lot of AoE coming out from both of these teams, and also a lot of hard and easy to lane CC. They have a Vi, they have an Ornn, but on the other side of things, we have a Volibear, we have an Aatrox, we have a Thresh. Very, very easy. But, once again, as things go late, it's on the Vayne to carry. Oath will scale very well. Beatbots will scale very well. And Karma, because there's no Seraphine on either side, will scale very, very well.
Somebody from
Hmm?
somebody from Term Tots just played their tokens for Rotom instead
Oh!
of their own team.
No! No! Oopsie daisy.
It's gotta be a F in the chat for that guy.
F in the chat, F in the chat. That is not what you want to see out of your bets, because the Turnip Tots are looking for blood. They were hungry, and they've performed exceptionally well. They showed us that they can play a slugfest, but they can also snowball a lead to victory.
Yeah. And this time around, I'm gonna turn the question to you because my voice hurts.
Yep, go for it, go for it.
Who do you think wins this game?
Personally, I definitely think that comp-wise, I would have to give it to Rotom as long as they play safe. But we've seen that Turnip Tots, even with late game scaling comp, can push through the early game. So I'm gonna have to give it to them. They've shown us that they can push through a rough early game and lead it into a 23-minute victory. They've also shown us that they can play through a slugfest, make the right calls. And I think making calls here is very important. We haven't seen many great ones out of Rotom. We've seen better ones out of Turnip Tots, and I think that's very important going into Game 3 here. They definitely have the mental edge going in.
Yeah, you gotta be questioning the mentals for the side of middle sticks here. They have been struggling, and after that 45-minute game in the first one, it just seemed like maybe they weren't all there. You could definitely feel the tilt coming off of the team as
there were some tilt plays made, and we are going to be going into our spectator delay real soon, so place your bets, everyone. This is game number 3. Anything can happen, so I'll be right back as we do load in. Hope you guys are prepared for a nice and spicy one. We shall be right back.
I saw you smile from across the bar. Yeah, she was pretty and so close but so far. She flipped her hair and I thought this can't be true. How does a man like me get someone like you? And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies. Just like that, you're coming closer to me. Come shake me, grab me, so I wake up from this dream. I can't breathe, come at me. I don't know if I can speak. Then she said, come with me and let's be free. The night is young and I think this could go far. The sky is dark but you're my shooting star. Could see your face reflect upon the moon. It was a pretty summer night in June. And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies. Just like that, you're coming closer to me. Come shake me, grab me, so I wake up from this dream. I can't breathe, come at me. I don't know if I can speak. Then she said, come with me and let's be free. Let's be free.
Welcome back, everyone. There was a quick pause as soon as we started playing. Very, very fun. But as you can see here, guys, the Turn of Tots are in the lead and looking to take home this game, looking to take home this series. But I don't think ROTM are going to bend the knee. I think they're looking for blood here as well. What do you think here as we do go into the pause?
I mean, we've seen the invade from...
Yeah, we've seen invades on Picle
from
every
both teams.
single game, and his flash has been blown every single game. But as an Ord player, one thing I don't like, he started the Doran Shield health potion. What you're supposed to do is start refillable and build your Doran Shield in lane.
Well, I mean, he could just as easily go for the corrupting potion, though,
He could as
if
well.
he really wanted to.
But he has inspiration, so I'm expecting the what's it called again? The biscuits coming
Oh, look
through?
at that. They're not even going to chance
They're
it.
not going to chance
They're
it.
immediately walking away.
They know. They know the shenanigans. Yep, the pings are coming through. They're being forced to run away, and the ward is placed on the Raptor's pit. So they know what is going to happen here, but they don't have any extra vision. They don't know if they're staying any longer.
Yeah,
There is an exit ward, though, so they will see them if they do leave through that. So they have vision. They are going to see them leaving. They did see that
If
Thresh
they
walk
leave.
in.
Yeah, they did see. They know that they haven't left because neither of their entrances have been checked, so they're
Yep.
not going to fall for it a second time.
Not going to fall for it a third time, so they are going to look to just take the red buff here. Chaos going to walk back to lane, and they are going to see that Aatrox walking up here. Ornn is going to have a fun time just being able to walk up and maybe force an early level 2. But
Yeah, and this could also be a cheese bot lane.
Yeah.
They will see it coming, though, so I don't think it's going to amount to anything.
Yep.
You see them already, they're
They
walking
burned the
down
smite.
together.
They
So.
burned the smite on first buff, but Karma's walking up a little too far. They are going to look for it, but they are going to be able to get away from this one, it looks like. Yep, the hook is actually going to land, and the stun is also... Matsuro is very, very low. The heal is burned, and my game is frozen, and he's going to be flashing away, but it's going to be Giggle claiming that one. And first blood for the Turn of Tots already, and once again, very feisty from them.
I thought they avoided it this time.
And they
Turns
still were
out,
able to. And it's going to be Orenchi taking a nice trade onto the Ornn already.
I mean, that's to be expected, though, as...
Oh no, Shadeslayer stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Echo already coming through, and he's flashing away, but Turnips is here in the back pocket. Flash forward, and he's going to claim that one, and that's a kill already, and Oath is forced to flash away. And this is not the start that ROTM wanted game number 3.
1,000 gold lead already
At
for
2
the
minutes,
side.
40 seconds.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's gonna be rough. There, that's
Oh,
3.
Cannon! No! Oh, chaos. But I think he's happy with the assist, so he'll take losing a cannon for that one. Ooh, Matsuro.
But Vpots is going to take the cannon himself, though. So
We do see Shadeslayer waiting in the wings, maybe looking for something. Banana Bread is stuck in no man's land. Gonna be, ooh, nice play from him. He does have the flash. TP is gonna be burned. He's gonna flash the wall. He is going to flash the wall, but Orenchi is gonna cancel the TP from, oh wait, no, the TP was not burned. But it is gonna be a TP from Chaos down in the bot side to keep his Vayne alive, so they cannot turn on her.
yeah, and pretty large wave for the
the
side of Picle.
Yeah, he's like, oh, there's one. Oh, he got one. Okay. Not gonna get that one either. Got that one. And we do see the Volibear in the wings just waiting, but the Ornn is stuck in a bad spot here, but so is the Aatrox. Very, very low, but Oath is taking a lot of damage in this mid lane. And Banana Bread is here. The hook is actually gonna wide. Nice fancy feed from Oath, but here comes Turnips. Shadeslayer is gonna try and do something, but it's gonna be a play away, and Shadeslayer is stuck between a rock and a hard place, and that's Chaos claiming another kill! And it's 4-0 in favor of the Turn of Tots in 4 minutes. A kill a minute, you love to see it.
Yeah,
And Vayne is 2-0.
you can really feel the tilt now just seeping into the side of ROTM. This looks to be already 4 minutes in. We have a 2,000 gold lead. This game is, from 4 minutes in, looks doomed already.
Yeah. And it's just not what you wanted to see. They saw everything, and they just let it happen. ultimate, but this might be a solo kill onto Peakley. He is going to be able to get away with that steering charge. Very, very low. Flash was burned as well. Is able to walk away from that one.
Yeah, just barely able to get away from that.
Oh, is it going to be the classic overstay RNG? He's going to be able to push out this wave. And the TP is going to come through from Peakley. If I think RNG just needs to run away, but it's going to be Chaos going in onto Oath. And Oath is very low. The electric proc doing so much work. Has no ignite though, so it's going to be able to walk away from that one. He is placing that parallel convergence. Not going to look for anything though.
Yeah, Chaos not having any mana right now either.
Oh, Searing Charge is not going to land. The Unstoppable coming through, but Orenji is very, very low. Might be solo killed here, but it is going to be Orenji living on life on the edge. Looking to shove in this wave before he does look for that base. No Shearing Charge available means that little pillar there is not going to mean much.
Yeah, luckily for the side of...
Oh, Chaos very low. The Scorch and the Corrupting Potion almost enough to take him down. Gonna be able to live on the life on the edge just like his teammate Orenji. But Banana Bread just zoning B-Pots and Matsuru away from the wave.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up. Despite the fact that Vayne is 2-0, the amount of zoning that they have is rather large.
Oh, B-Pots is going to be able to dodge away from that hook. Giggle looking for something. Going to be able to dodge away from that little zap from the Jinx.
Yeah. The CS is staying even, but it's still a large lead. It's still 2-0 for the Vayne. B-Pots needs to be a little bit careful. All they have is the Doran's Blade versus a Noon Quiver for Giggle.
Noon Quiver so early in the game is very, very scary. That's a lot of stats for 1,300 gold. They're looking for something here. Both top laners have level 6. Orenji's looking for a play here. Peakley forced to back away from that one. He's going to be forced under his tower once again. He has no jungler in his back pocket. He's going to be able to get the pullback with the Infernal Chains. But things aren't really happening up here.
No, a little bit hard to kill the Ornn here.
He has the Bramble Vest. He's very tanky. Oh, hook gonna land onto the Jinx, and she is very, very scared, but not able to land the Chompers, and Vayne is able to walk away from this one. Peakley, very, very low. Once again, the trades are just not happening here in this top lane.
Oh, no.
Oh, Chaos has no ultimate, but Oath is very, very low, and there is a turnip sitting in the wings here, and going to be stunned up, and it is going to be a kill for Chaos. Happy to take that one. Orenji, once again, looking for a good trade. Banana Bread taking a decent amount of damage for that control ward. They're able to walk away from that one.
Yeah, actually, a lot of damage coming out from this bot side, though. Banana is definitely not in the same position that Giggle is. Can still be bursted down very easily.
Definitely. Has not had the time to base just yet. Zap is going to claim up that cannon minion, and it is going to be a Drake because of this bot prio and mid prio.
Oh, you hate to see it.
Ooh,
His searing charge got interrupted by the knockup.
That's why the damage went through. Oh, that's some decent damage onto Chaos here from... Oh, the Xerath skill shots are landing, just not able to output the DPS. But Turnip's looking for a dive here. They are able to force the flash from B-Pots, and they're just turning on a Matsuro very, very low. Stunned into the wall, Condemn is enough. And B-Pots is going to force the heal. He's very, very low. Turnip's flashing into the shield. He's not able to live that one. He's able to claim the trade kill, but it is going to be a 2-for-1. And it's going to be a plate for the bot's lane of the Turnip Tuts.
Yeah, and the Matsuro, did Matsuro die there? Yes, Matsuro,
yeah, Matsuro did
die there.
And so did B-Pots. They both fell.
Yeah.
And it's 2 plates for the Vayne and 3 kills to her name.
Yeah, it's. I believe on back, she's either going to
full
buy
shield
the boost or the most of the
most of the
shield.
Right? She actually has enough for full shield though. In total, so she might just go for it. But Peakley landed that Searing Charge, and the Ornn is taking a decent amount of damage here. A lot of damage going on to him, but Orenji taking a big Riddle auto from that Ornn. Peakley knowing his limits and playing within it.
Yeah, Peakley actually finishing the Bramble here almost has the plated steel caps as well.
And it is the full shield bow from the Vayne here coming out very, very early into this one.
Yeah, going for the shield bow versus the Noon Kid were actually going to be impossible for them to kill this Vayne.
It is unlaneable. They need Shade Slayer in their back pocket, but you never want to gank a losing lane unless they overextend a little too far. But this Vayne, I think, is able to pull these 2v3s very, very easily at the moment. And Shade Slayer is only level 4, very, very far behind the pace of the jungle already, with Turnip sitting at level 7, 62 CS to 36.
Has lost 2 buffs here as... Oh, no.
Oh, they're going for it. Level 6 is... Here comes the Night Hunter, and Beepaw's taking a lot of it. Flash forward! Gonna miss the hook, but Beepaw's is just gonna be dove, and the damage is coming through. And the silver bolts are just enough to take down Beepaw's.
Yeah, it's
they can't walk up.
4-0 for the Vayne here. It's 2,000 gold in the ahead just for the Vayne by themselves. It's 1,500 gold lead for the jungle. About 1,000 gold lead for the mid lane here, and there's even about a 800 gold lead for the... Oh no.
Oh no, P-Clay gonna get knocked up. Here comes the Aatrox, gonna land that third Darkkin Blade, but they're looking for another dive. And the Volibear has the Stormbringer. He's looking for something. He can shut down that tower if he wants. And things are just going from bad to worse already. The Control Lord is going to spot him out. They are looking, though. As the Chomper's going to jump over the Chompers with his ultimate. And Matsuro, once again, is going to fall. Turnip's taking that one. And they're looking for Beepaw's. He's going to be slowed by the shield. And it's going to be a dead 80 carry. Giggle claiming that one. But here comes Oath on the backside of this. But Giggle taking a lot of damage, flashing away from that Zera. But here comes the teleport from the Ornn, and there's no way to stop it. Giggle is very, very low. Here comes P-Clay, but it's going to be a teleport from Chaos as well. P-Clay's trying to run for the hills. He's running to the wrong side of the map. Hook is going to land, and this is just going to be a dead goat. And that is going to be Turnips taking that one. And, oh, the Lantern is going to take him into that little comet, but he's still going to stay alive.
Yeah, and Gid
Shade Slayer! Shade Slayer is going to be solo killed by Orenji. The flash forward lands that third Darkened Blade, and Orenji going to take that one home. Very, very strong, but Banana Bread might just be caught out here. Matsuro is running with his legs. Going to be able to claim that one. The hook is going to land. They're going to try and donate this one to Beepaw's. He is able to claim that one and is getting excited.
Yeah, I mean, sole proprietor of both the kills for his team.
2 to 12.
It's on his back. Yeah, it's almost getting close to about a 10,000 gold lead
10,
here.
12 minutes.
Yeah, it's...
Chaos has no mana.
This is going to be a monumental task.
Monumental is an understatement. This is like a Malphite mountain of a task, my friend. It's very, very rough for them. And Orenji looking to do some damage here, but going to be able to walk away from that one. But it's going to be stunned up, but he still has the Chrono Break available. Going to be able to walk away from that one. The replay not going to be forced just yet.
Oh, it feels so bad to be able to, oh no. Oh,
Chaos is in a bad spot. The Vi is nearby. Is going to force that, but he does have the Chrono Break available. Is able to get out of this one, flashing towards the enemy. Is he going to be able to live this one? Chaos is looking for the play. He has the Parallel Convergence in place, but he's not being able to claim that one. Turnips is very, very stuck in a bad spot, but he's going to be able to run away. He is a very, very tanky boy. He does not have the Stormbringer available just yet, but he is not going to be able to use it. But P-Clay looking for something here. Ornn is doing some mad damage, but here comes the Aatrox. Here comes the Ornn Horn instead, and this is just going to be a solo kill for P-Clay, taking down the Aatrox.
And the rocket is going to go wide here. They are going to get something back here. They do get the Ocean Dragon, and they get a few kills to their back as... Oh no.
Oh, Giggle looking for the play. The Zap is actually going to land, taking a decent amount of flash forward from Matsuro. Is he going to fall? He isn't going to be able to take that one. Gator is trying his best. Beepaw's very, very low. Going to be taken down here with one more auto, but it's going to be shut down. But here comes Turnip's going to flash forward and take that one. And this is going from bad to worse. Oh, they're stuck on the wrong side of the fight. They're going to look for this dragon here, and Chaos is in the wings. But so is P-Clay. Turnips is very, very low. P-Clay looking, but Chaos is going to stop him in his path. Stunned up, and he's taking a lot of damage. He has no MR. And P-Clay is going to be able to run away just under his tower, stay alive, but there's no chance they take this one away from Turnips is very low. Is he going to fall? He's going to be taken down. Zerath claiming that one. Banana Bread is solo taking this Drake. Chaos is in the wings, however, maybe looking for a play here. The Parallel Convergence is in position, but the stun is going to land. Matsuro is nearby as well. They're looking. He's going to go for it. Banana Bread is going to take that one with the hook. The Death Sentence is going to claim that dragon. This is just an extended fight for almost no reason. But Oath is going to be taken down potentially here. The Karma Shields are enough. Here comes the Chrono Break. Keep taking him back over the wall. Very, very healthy. And Oath is very, very low. But that's a lot of kills going the way of ROTM. They needed those.
Yeah, that was a 9,000 gold lead, almost turned down to a 7,000 gold lead. And the shutdown, most importantly, onto the Vayne, goes to Jinx.
That is exactly what you want to see here. And they're looking for a play here. Orange's trying his best to kill Peakley, but Peakley has reached that point where he's very, very tanky. And Aatrox does not have that Black Cleaver just yet.
As the Vayne is, or not the Vayne, the Vi is going to use the Rift Herald in the mid lane here.
They are going to look to use it, potentially look for a play here. But, it's not ideal because it is going to be claimed up here. They're not going to be able to take down the tower, but it is a decent amount. The Flash Hook going to land onto B-Pot, and this just could be him falling, but he's going to be rooted up under the tower. The Chompers are enough. But Banana Bread is looking to maybe make a play, but it is going to be that tower taken down for Giggle. And he's just sustaining with that shield bow. Banana Bread just walking forward menacingly, not able to land that hook onto B-Pots. The Mobies are just not available.
Yeah, Stormbringer is up here.
They can look for the dive. And they might just do it. Volibear is in the wings, but Oath is nearby as well. Here comes Turnips. He's looking. He's going to land the stun on B-Pots. Very, very low. Is it going to be enough? The damage from Silver Bolts is enough. Turnips is very, very low. Taking up enough damage. They're looking for Oath. They're looking for him here. They might be able to claim it up. Giggle is going to be able to tumble just in a little bit. It's going to be that play auto taking that one, but Peakley is on the backside of this one, and they're all stuck between a rock and a hard place. Dodge away. Matsuro is going to be forced away by the Condemn, but Banana Bread is trying to do his best tank for his 80 carry, and Peakley is going to be shredded by the Silver Bolts. He has the attack speed, and he's going to be taken down here. It's going to be Turnips claiming that one, and Matsuro is stuck between a Volibear and a Vayne. Going to be able to run to his tier 3 and stay alive, but that is not ideal if you are a ROTM fan.
No, definitely not. And are they going to get this tower as well?
They're going to get the tier 2.
And the tier 1 on the top side of the map as well.
That is a lot of gold already being given over. Giggle able to dodge out of that one with the tumble. And he's also just able to sustain. He just has the huge item advantage. Very, very strong.
I mean, some of these fights, they're
close. Some of them are really close.
A lot closer than they have any right to be, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
With how far ahead.
Oh, whoopsies. Predictions are still open. My bad. But I'm going to close those real quick. But Aatrox might just be caught. Oh, nice dodge away with the Armor Dash for Orange. He does not. He does have the World Ender. Going to look for the play here. And they are trying to CC him up, but the Gore Drinker doing a lot of work here. But he's going to be caught up between a rock and a hard place, looking for Shade Slayer. Very, very strong is the Aatrox, but Banana Bread is not there in time. Peakley might be able to take him down, but no, Banana Bread's going to take down Shade Slayer on the side of things. But here comes the right of the Arcane, looking for something here. Maybe, just maybe taking the kill onto Aatrox, but it is not enough.
They didn't kill Aatrox?
Oh, nah, the Super Mega Death Rocket. Not the right angle, unfortunately.
It's rough.
They're looking. They have to make these plays. Otherwise, they just have no way back into the game. Because sure, they scale very, very well, but they are so far behind. Unbelievably behind. And Giggle's just going to look to kill Peakley. Did not have the Bellows Breath in time, and that's just a solo kill for him. Was not able to Bellows Breath that Condemn, unfortunately.
Yeah, and now they're really just closing in right now. It's it was down to 7,000 gold, but now we're up to 12,000 gold lead for the side of Turnip Tots. And this game is on track to most likely end faster than the last one.
Yeah. One thing to note, look at the Aatrox's build. He is building towards that Ravenous Hydra, and I think that's incredibly greedy considering he's losing these fights to the Ornn now.
Yeah, but like, look how far ahead the rest
true.
of his team. 8-1 and 8 on the Vayne here. Still
he's very
playing
confident.
Good.
Orange is doing some work here. Almost able to win that 1v3, but it is against a 1 and 5 by 2 and 3 Ornn. And a 1 and 3 Xerath. But alas, they are trying. Chaos is going to be rooted up by the Chompers, but he's going to be able to walk away from this one. Matsuro is very, very squishy. If he even looks in the direction of Chaos, he's just going to be one-tapped. But Chainslayer looking for something here, going to land that Q. He's going to be able to not dash over the wall. It's actually going to take him over, but here comes the Ornn. Is it going to land? It is going to land on Chaos, but He is going to be able to use that Blast Cone to get away, but this is just going to be a Rift Herald summoned up in the mid lane. And this is a very scary position for them. He's going to proc on that tier 3, and that's so much damage for B-Pots. Stuck in a bad spot. The Volibear is running at him, just mauling him to death. The heal is popped already, and here comes the bear. The shield is enough, and he's going to be taken down by Turnips. The Maul. He's feasting today. And that Grievous Wounds is enough to keep Chaos at a very low HP, though, or health bar. But the hook is going to land onto Oath, and the Vayne is free-firing over the wall. Flash forward is going to land, and the Stormbreaker onto the tower means it is disabled for so long, and Shadeslayer, very low flash forward from Giggle. He's going to claim that one, and Monster is stuck on the bad side. He's stuck between everyone, and he's going to be able to walk away. His tower is still alive, just barely, but they're going to claim this tier 3 up right here, right now. And the right of Arcane trying to clear that wave in time is just not enough, and that's going to be a 20-minute inhib already. They're looking to end this one fast.
Yeah, they're gonna walk through the
They're gonna walk through the tier 3. Turnips, they're looking to take it down! Peakley is gonna land that one onto Orange. He's very low. The Go Trigger's not gonna land. It's actually gonna go wide, but B-Pots is stuck in a bad spot. Chaos is still alive here. Here comes Banana Bread, gonna take the hook of the wall, but has nothing left in the tank. Giggle is also here on the front lines, gonna try and take him down. Peakley is very, very tanky, but the Ornn is gonna land that Flash Searing Charge, and this is just gonna be killed onto Giggle. No, it's not. The heal is enough to keep him alive, but the Mortal Shield though is proc, but he's gonna fall. Jinx claiming another shutdown onto the Vayne. That's a lot of damage from that Volibear, keeping everyone slowed. B-Pots is gonna land that zap onto Banana Bread. They're trying their hearts out. The Chopper's just not in the right spot. They're looking for the play. Turnips is still alive here, so is Banana Bread. He has the Blast Cone available to him. They are teleporting in. Here comes the Aatrox. And here comes Banana Bread. Taking that play, nice play into 2. Here comes the Unstoppable, though. Shadeslayer is very, very low, but the Ornn Horde is coming through onto 3. It's not going to land on the Turnips, but down goes Banana Bread. But Orenji is here at full HP. He is still alive. He is tanky, and he is here to end some worlds. Looking for it here. Oath is still alive on the back end, but Orenji is not going to claim that one. It's actually going to be Chaos, but here comes Chaos once again looking for Matsuro, but they are just going to take the Dragon as their prize. Turnips is still alive and has that smite available to him, but it's just going to be Orenji soloing this one down.
It looked so good for a moment there for the side of ROTM. You had a bit of a long chat there with the
Yep.
Very, very long fight. It started all the way down at the bottom inhibitor and then ended at the dragon.
Yep, that was a long one. And that was a nice long chat that I had with the teams here, you know, just keeping things nice and lively. But we do see them just claiming up those resources in the jungle. The Vi is at 70 CS. She is at less than half the CS of the Volibear at this point now. And she is 1-7 with that Divine Sunderer. It's not enough here, unfortunately. And this is just going to be a Baron take.
Yeah, we do see 2 people coming over here, but
Peakley
look where the Vi is.
They need to fight with the Jinx. The Jinx is their only hope. They're looking for it. But this is going to be a Baron. The right of the Arcane is available, though. We'll see if they are able to steal it with that one. It is going to be stopped. But here comes Banana Bread, going to land the hook. And Orenji is on the backside of this one. Oath's going to be forced to use that stopwatch, and he's stuck in the middle of everyone, and he's going to be taken down by Banana Bread, claiming that one up. And Matsuro walking into the parallel convergence is going to be taken down. And this is going to be a free Baron, even freer than it was before.
Yeah, I do think with this Baron, this should be the game here.
This is probably a game-ending play here. And Oath, unfortunately, just stayed too close with that right of the Arcane and just wasn't able to do it freely. The Thresh was able to walk up and just stop him in his tracks.
Definitely use it much, much further away than that.
Yep.
As they are going to take this top lane inner tower, it's going to leave the... only 3 towers remain.
They're looking to claim them all. They're ending this tutorial style, my friend. They're looking for the plays here. And it's going to be a Chaos landing of Parallel Convergence onto 1. The Blind Unstoppable is coming through. The Assaulting Battery is enough. Here comes the Ornn Horn. It's going to land onto 2. But is it enough? It is not. Chaos is still alive. Going to fall. Actually, no. It is going to be the triple kill for him. Chaos is still alive. Did use that Chrono Break. Is still alive. And here comes Chaos. He's going to be stopped by Giggle. Or by Shadeslayer. And he's going to be able to take that one down. Banana Bread is stuck on the front lines. And is very, very low. But here comes Giggle. He's going to be able to land that Condemn into the wall. And he's outputting DPS like a monster. And Oath is stuck under his 2 towers. He's going to look to make a play. Orenji's taken very, very low. Banana Bread is also just as low, but Giggle is still alive, and he is free firing, and I think my game is frozen, and I think that just means that they won.
Yeah, I do believe that is the end of the game there.
Yeah, I'm just
Uh,
gonna call it here. I think that's game. There's nothing they can do.
yeah, I mean, the Jinx is up in 6 seconds. If it was up
If
now, then
yeah,
maybe,
well,
because the health bars are very, very low, but
other than Giggle though, the one that matters, it is going to be a defeat for blue side, so that means that they did lose in the 30 seconds that we were able to miss.
yeah, just a
Turnip Tots
complete.
taking it again.
Wow, the first game was back and forth. It was a close game, but these second two games were just utter destruction.
Mm-hmm. Completely and utterly in their favor. They did it. They just won the two games in incredibly strong fashion. It's just barely a minute apart between the two. The first game ended in 23 minutes. This game ended in 24.
Wow, you hate to see it.
Mm-hmm. It was looking good in the game one, but it was a 3-0. Turnip Tots coming through in the end, claiming this one and advancing to the semifinals next week.
Yeah, they will be facing. I actually don't know who won the game between CRB and their opponent RAR. It, but they will be facing the winner of that game or that series there. It does look like PVE has defeated DAS and will be moving on to the next round.
So it is going to be 2-3-0s tonight so far. Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we have two teams locked in for the
playoffs or for semis.
Yeah.
For semis, my bad.
For semifinals, we do have Turnip Tots moving on to the next round, and we do have PVE moving on to the next round as well. But PVE is not who we're talking about tonight. Tonight it is the Turnip Tots
and Return of the Middle Sticks, and it is going to be Turnip Tots taking it home. And they deserved it. They played both these games very well. Their shenanigans paid off. It was just we got a little taste of it in game number 1, but they brought it home game number 2 and 3. They just constantly pressured everyone and were able to take it down.
Yeah, like every single lane was just, it was just better macro and better lane play from the side of Turnip Tots.
They made the calls in game 1. That's what netted them that win there. It could have been a 3-1, but I definitely think they deserved it. They were the better players on the night for sure. And we saw it. There were some shining moments from Return of the Middle Sticks. They just weren't able to piece it together when they needed it most. But overall, who do you think deserves play of the game real quick before we do send it to a quick break?
Honestly, this time around, it's definitely Turnips again. He was everywhere on the map except for top lane, which really didn't need him all that much as we saw, but every single time, like, he dove between towers that were still up. He was just everywhere on the map. The Jinx and the Karma just couldn't play the game. Oath couldn't play the game.
Shadeslayer couldn't play the game.
No, he was down so much, yes, because Turnips was constantly inside of his jungle on repeat. And, like, every time I looked, it was Turnips in the jungle, in the Vi's jungle. Took, I think, 3 red buffs away from him entirely, and then made sure that he secured his own red buff at the beginning of the game. Put them so far behind. He also got the double scuttle. I'm pretty sure he did. I don't remember exactly.
Probably, most likely. Let's be realistic. But overall, well played. What more can I say other than well played to Turnip Tots? Congratulations, you guys have made it to semifinals, and we're excited to see you guys hopefully in finals. You guys have played incredibly well, and I'm super excited to see what you have in store for us. But we are going to send it off to a quick break before we do break it down a little bit, and maybe announce a quick player of the game before we do end it off for tonight. And unfortunately tonight we aren't able to set up the multi-stream because our other streamer is actually playing tonight on Blue Milk. So hopefully they're faring very well. But thanks guys. We'll see you guys in a little bit, in like maybe 5 minutes or so. We'll be right back. Well, we're going to cut this break a little short because the poll has ended. So it is going to be Mr. Orenji up in that top lane as your player of the game in game number 3. And he may not have ended as many worlds as he could have, but he made sure that peak lane wasn't comfortable on his comfort pick. And overall, well played from all of Turnip Tots game number 3. They did everything they needed to. They played the macro game. They played the invade game. They used their shenanigans to their advantage. They did not throw, and they pulled it home. And I can see why they're called the Turnip Tots. Turnips, reining everyone in, making sure everyone's able to, play together, play as a team, and play as a team they did. Everyone played their part. Orenji may not have played very well game number 2, but he lost his lane gracefully because you're never going to win against an Aurelia, no matter what you try as a Gnar. Like, the Aurelia literally has to maybe wander your tower like 5 times in order for you to even have a chance of winning the lane. But alas, Orenji lost his lane gracefully and then won his lane very, very well here. Did have a solo dive for no reason, top die, but other than that, well played for him. And I think he definitely deserved a game number 1 player of the game, but chat has voted Mr. Orenji, and he played well. I mean, what can I say? He did his job. He played the weak side top lane, and he was just able to do whatever he wanted. And what can I say? He blind picked Aatrox. And I know Aatrox blind is not the most fun thing to pick because there's so many things that can be picked against it, and the Ornn was one of them. But he won the lane, and he just pressured as much as he could have because he was playing weak side. So even though he wasn't didn't play the biggest role in game number 3, doesn't really matter because he did what he was supposed to. He did his job, and he did it well. He didn't int. He just won his lane and just kept it going, and that's all you have to do in that situation. But overall, as a team, we see the calls. We can see them communicating. They're working together. They're just not dying as much as they could have, because there are a lot of plays that they could have made, that they could have looked for, that could have turned out a lot worse. There were a couple of plays that didn't need to happen, but when you're this far ahead, I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. But overall, well played. Thank you guys for joining us. But from a series perspective, we did see, ROTM try their hearts out in game number 1, but I think they were not able to pull it together in game number 2 and 3. It just didn't work. They weren't able to piece it together, even with the lead that they generated for themselves, or lane leads, but they just didn't focus where they needed to. They didn't make the right calls, and decision-making is what won Turnip Tots the game, or all the games. Thank you, Mr. Giggle, for that one. But I just think you guys had the calls. They worked. They worked out. You guys played like a team. You didn't play like solo queue players. And sure, this is your draft team, but you guys definitely played like a top-tier Premade team, so I'm very, very happy to see you guys advance. ROTM just weren't able to match up today. But thank you guys so much for joining me, and congratulations to the Turnip Tots and PvE, because those are the ones that are confirmed that are making it to semifinals. So we'll be right back. Or not right back, sorry. I'll be back tomorrow, where we have the LRS Premade taking place. So hopefully you guys see me there. I'll be there, and I'll be on this desk. I'll also be casting once again. So thank you guys for joining me, and have a good night, and a farewell to the Turnip Tots, a farewell to the Turnip Tots as they advance to semis, and a solemn goodbye to the ROTM team as they do falter tonight. So take care, everyone. Have a good night, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.